Stop. Oh. Hey, Drive. Pro POVs Day. Rupal Ana, Vega Brig, Junkrat. Maybe some Spilo, coaching, etc. Link and replies. Oh, I also need to update.
I got it!
What's up, everyone?
Let me get everything pulled up here a second. No. No! No, 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 ha! No! No, no, no. Frick. Frick! Dang it, man. I'm trying to get all the stupid announcements. I keep messing it up. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the whole ball game. Cage, Wasim, Metamorph. Make sure my Pugs command's working. Language, sorry. No, it's not sub games for commands. Hang on. Edit. Patreon Pugs at 5:30 p.m. EST for Tier 2 plus patrons. Frick! I did the wrong thing. Dang it, man. I'm so stupid. How do I make an omelet? Well, first you need to spell it right. Lucky Drive, thank you for the sub. I'm not hurting your ears. Shut up. Hey, chicken, Heliagenges, Necros, Dino. Cheers, Fox. We looking at iced tea today? No, actually, okay, it's not even the real iced tea. I was actually coaching the Ana player, and I was like, yo, that's iced tea, but it wasn't iced tea. Sadly, it's not our iced tea. It's some fraud iced tea. Yeah, it isn't an original name, you know. Oh, it's you, that's you, Kasimov. Okay. Oh, welcome. I didn't realize you were already here. Try finding another Eridu. Why would I try to find another Eridu? That's like trying to find well, let's see if I can find more dog feces on my shoe. One of you is bad enough. Hate it when I go, it's always tight, it's not iced tea. Dude, that really does ruin my day, mate. It really does ruin my day. Could be worse, though. Fartface6969. Please tell me that's not our student. Okay, it's not. It could be worse. Like I said, Fartface. Are we going to be coaching Moira? Oh, daddy. We're coaching Moira, boys. Let's go. I actually do enjoy coaching a little Moira every now and then. I'm not going to lie. Okay, let's take a look at this form here really fast here. What do you hope you got out of the session? How fast can I read this form and make it complete an unintelligible mess? You got it? Are you ready? Immediate tangible changes to my gameplay that will allow me to climb up, maintain at least a slow diamond rank. More specifically, I want to be able to make more of an impact, especially when losing and improve on a moment of decision making. And improve on my moment-to-moment decision-making. I also want to identify my weakest areas that I may not be aware of so that I can focus on improving there as well. Plat 3, Kazimov, Moira, Ana, Diva, Zarya, Soldier, Reaper. How often, how long do you play Overwatch per week, per day? 10 to 14 to 18 hours a week. Okay, so you want to be improving on your moment-to-moment decision-making, improve weakest areas. Moira, Ana, Diva, your hero pools, Noah's Ark. But I guess we're going to be looking at Moira then. 10 to 14 hours per week. Okay, it is a little bit of a cornucopia of characters, so just keep that in mind. It is a lot of characters to play, so just... You know, I think you're playing a decent amount of Overwatch, but obviously if you want to improve at Moira, I would say for you to, like, let's say get your Moira to like a consistently diamond level, you'd want to aim for like around 2 to 3 games of Moira on average per day, if possible. That would be like a good ballpark estimate. It depends on how focused you are, and I found that, like, when I was, for example, when I had 2 characters, I was getting to Grandmaster about 2 hours, 2.5 hours was good. Does Spilo have what it takes to change the rap game forever? I did the Rap God rap a while ago. You guys remember the Spilo karaoke video? I did it. I don't remember all the lyrics to it. I can pull it up. Is there a reason you don't stream on YouTube? Great question, Healy Genjis. I actually, dude, I'm not even joking. I woke up in the middle of the night last night and I was like, why the frick did I stop streaming on YouTube? So I might actually start doing simul streams again. So it's funny that you should bring that up because I was literally thinking about it this morning. Okay, what do you feel is holding you back from improving? Okay, yeah, short-term goals here. What are your long-term, short-term goals in Overwatch? Long-term, reach Masters 5. Short-term, reach Diamond 5. So I guess for you, you need to ask yourself, like, do I want to reach Diamond 5 playing Moira Ana? Do I want to reach Diamond 5 playing Moira? Do I want to reach Diamond 5 playing all characters? It just might be kind of hard to do that, you know? Like, I think spending time to be able to... Certainly, like, with what you're doing right now, 10 to 14 hours per week, I would say that you could get your support role to Diamond to Masters, possibly. It'll take some time, but you could get there. If you want to Moira, you could probably get there faster. But yeah, okay, anyway, short-term goals. Reaching Diamond 5. Hi, can I read this? Yes. Please do. Twitch ban in your school laptop and have nothing to do in study hall. You know, you could study, but let's say. Okay. Okay. Reduce downtime as much as possible. Improve positioning. Identify weakest areas and work on improving. I forgot we were supposed to be reading really fast here. Improve positioning. Reduce downtime. Okay, sure. What do you feel is holding back from improving mechanics, mentality, understanding, etc.? I believe that mechanics, positioning, and moment-to-moment decision-making is holding me back the most in that order. Okay. Mechanics, positioning, and moment-to-moment. Mechanics is holding you back in Moira. Interesting. You say mechanics is holding you back. The question is, are your Moira mechanics bad, or your bad mechanics making you play Moira? Some love my doom, love my unit, I'm here. What I gotta say to go through? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What do you? How many hours per day do I need to constantly get? I would say around 2 hours. But it really depends on the person. Like, I feel like I don't have to put in quite as much time because I have, like, the game sense hack, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can make my time pretty efficient, so I put in less time than the average person. But when I was not as educated as I am now, I had to get closer to like 3 hours. But yeah. I would say you don't even necessarily need to know the answer to that question. You just need to ask, like, what do I need to be improving about my schedule right now, and see how that goes for a couple of weeks. You know, and then if you feel like, okay, my improvement's getting there, I can maybe accelerate that, or maybe it's not quite there. That's fine, Drive. That's fine. Okay, how many hours of sleep do you have per night? 8. Anything additional like Spilo? I don't know. Moira's without my strongest hero. I can win games with other heroes. However, I suspect I play it more like at a gold level on every other hero versus my plat level Moira. Well, that's really telling, though, because if you're going to be able to get to diamond, you're not going to do that with Ana. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen with Ana. So you either need to get your Ana up to the plat level by playing her Moira, even at the expense of your XR, or you need to leave Ana Grandma behind. You know, literally put Grandma into the nursing home. Visit her like once a year, kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? Dude, that might be the worst analogy I've ever heard in my life. I don't think I've ever heard of a worse analogy. Not because it's disgusting, or it's just pointless. No, it doesn't sound anything like anything I would say. It doesn't have humor. It's not educational, interesting, or even poetic. It's nothing. It's not just floating into the void. Plato, thank you for the sub. Or thank you for the sub. Hello, Polito. Bro, I'm gonna go in real life. And my mom's gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna be like, thanks for the sub, Mom. I mean, hi. Dude, I'm brain rot. The Twitch streaming is ruining me. I literally just said thank you for the sub to somebody who said hello. Hello, Matt. Hello. Thank you for all the hellos, Matt. Mom, have you considered dropping your Prime? No. Here's the sad thing. This is the sad thing. I missed Pepper's freaking tournament today because I had work today. So she got golds and tapped out people with arm bars and stuff at the BJJ tournament like an hour away, and I couldn't be there because of freaking work. Yeah, you actually have to pay to say hello. Well, that's the thing though, is Matt, is I had coaching sessions. I can't, and I'm too booked out. I literally can't reschedule stuff. Just a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Bro, and my best friend from high school was there too, apparently, who I haven't seen in like a long time. So it was really not, it's not been my day. I didn't sleep well. I didn't sleep well. My wife has left me. I miss seeing my best friend. My wife is currently hanging out with my family right now and like eating a bunch of crap and having a great time and partying. And I'm sitting here talking with you guys saying hello instead of thank you for the sub and thank you for the sub instead of hello. Yeah, Lexa, I always aim high. I always aim high. Because I never can tell. I'd rather tell you more and then you be pleasantly surprised than vice versa. Oh, hello, Chex. Guys, Kelsey's here. We're happy now. Everyone's happy. Thanks, Kels. Does anyone call you Kels? I think it's a missed opportunity if they don't. Because it just sounds awful. Kels. How about K-Dog? How about K-Dog? How about... Wait, your last name... Okay, I got your last name here. How about KB? How about KB? What's up, KB? KJB? That just sounds like you're like KGB, like you're just the Russian. What's up, KJB? Okay, right. Anyway, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm booked out. I can't leak my calendar because then it would dox people's real names. I am booked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think only 6 weeks. Only 6 weeks. There's some availability June 12th. There's one review available June 12th. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, let's get started here. This is Plat, Moira. We're gonna get saucy with it, you know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, mate, you just drop them in here. Let's get the juice sauced. Moira! Do damage. Heal, burst when necessary. That's pretty much all there is. Pro POVs and you aren't watching your Winston. I'd rather drive railroad strikes directly. I'll just let the awkward silence kind of fill the void there for you. Okay, basically, here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing with Moira. I had a realization with Moira. I was coaching Moira, frick. What was it like? Yes, I don't even remember. It's all just a blur. I was recently. The thing with Moira is you can't be indecisive. You can't be indecisive. Like, your range is so limited that, like, you could commit fade here and peel your Junkrat. You can if you want to. That's fine. I get it. But you got to do it now, and you got to do it now. Otherwise, you need to continue about your day and you need to go now. You can't hover with Moira. This is what I call hovering. It's bad on every character. It's especially bad with short-range characters. Yeah, replay reviews are not booked out as far, I think. Because like you've done what I like to say. What do they say in New Zealand? And pretty much every country, you've done jack all, and now at least you're sucking fart face. Wait, what was that object permanence? This okay. Can I make fun of students? Is that allowed? Am I allowed? Can I drive? How much leeway will you let me? Because this is pretty fun. This is pretty fun. The Echo just kind of like walked away and Helen Color. Okay. But yeah, big priority for you here is just make a decision. Assist your tank trade, take an angle, DPS, flank, make a decision. Stick with it. Because right now, again, you're playing like ring around the rosy. Time.
Let the push commence.
Yeah, that was the first orb thrown. But to be fair, with our lack of decision, that's the first orb. Ah! The first orb priority we've really had. Opportunity, excuse me, we've had. So yeah. Damage orb, damage orb, damage orb.
We have overtaken them.
Okay. Now. This is where it's tough. Okay, let's look at this here. Let's look at this here. Okay, what do you guys see here? What do you guys see here? Now, we were initially here because we needed a push card. Got it. Grand. But the more people are here, the less value you're going to get as Moira. The more you're self-sustained. First off, I have no idea what's happening here. Can we just admire what's going on here? Like, I don't know where our Sigma is, but anyway, regardless, you need to, what's my purpose? Your purpose with Moira is to either burst heal on aggressive positions or to take those aggressive positions yourself. Because what makes Moira unique, chat? Chat, what makes Moira unique? What makes Moira unique? Because remember, you don't just play support, you play Moira. You don't just play Brig, you play her, you don't just play support, you play Brig. You don't play support, you play Mercy. You do the thing that makes the character unique. Range, no. It's not that good. Sustain, yes. Survivability, yes. Dual can, yes. Mobility, yes, right? So what are we doing now that other supports could not do? Like, where's the unique expression here? So, like, right now, what are our alternatives? Your alternatives here are immediately doing the Sombra, taking the high ground and harassing backline. I think this isn't the end of the world here. It was a big anti-nade, and we do get burst heal value. But then as soon as my Sojourn is back to full, now what do we do? What's the next step? What makes my character unique? And it is this right here. Just aim your damage orb better. I can't believe I'm saying this. Maybe mechanics are a problem with you. But aim your damage orb better. Where's the Ana going? So where should the orb go? Probably not where the Ana has been, right? Actually, never mind. Disregard. Perfect bounce. Just like we drew it up. Lock down a target. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Stay on a target. Stay on a squishy. A lot of what you're doing right now is you're second guessing yourself, and you're doing 7 different things at once. You need to pick a target, make a plan, make a play, stick with it. What should we do, chat? What should we do? Bully Ana, pick a squishy. Yeah. You're going to take this angle here. Go for it. But find somebody. Do something with this position. Suck it. Suck it. Right? Again, it feels like there's just a lot of indecision here. Like, here's what I would say. APM, as like a metric of what you're doing as Moira, is something that can be rewarding, because you can get like a little bit of the heal over time with your puff spray. But APM is, for the sake of APM, is way overrated. Like if you look at this here, like you're juggling healing and the damage and healing and damage, and yet you're not really healing and you're not really damaging. And so your peel to your mercy is late, and then you're also not even killing the Echo who's right in front of your face, and you're also not really killing the Sombra, and you're not even killing the Kiriko. So like my point is here is like, okay, if you see an opportunity to APM, sure. But I think the biggest thing that you could do right now is using what makes Moira unique, which is going to be your mobility, your dueling potential, whatever. Find a squishy and do something with that squishy. Right, exactly. I couldn't leave my team, and yet your team is dying regardless of your best efforts. So either full pocket your DPS. Go with the DPS that's taking this aggressive angle and full pocket, like straight up, juice to the walls. Or trust yourself to play the quote-unquote aggressive style and do it correctly. Because you're like in this gray zone and doing jack all. Like what are our options right now? You pocket your DPS or you take your own angle. What are you doing right now?
Adaptive circuits engaged.
That was good. What are we doing right now? Pocket DPS. I have no more juice. What the frick should we be doing right now? What the frick should we be doing right now? What are we doing right now? What do we do now? What do we do now? Alt or. Right, we suck. We can't pocket these guys anymore. Fade here and just do DPS over here or something. Or ult or something. Because we can't do it here. I say this all the time. You have no resource. Now it's coughing baby material, right? Do something. Fade behind an ult or go to left flank, right? Contribute value. You don't have to peel. You know what it is? You know what it is, guys? You know what it is? You know what it is? It's psychology. You guys need to be evil. You need to be evil. You need to be evil. Stop caring about your teammates. Stop caring. No. As soon as the juice is gone and you're out of Benadryl, no more ibuprofen, check the watch. All right, guess it's time to start doing war crimes. Do Moira things, man. Do Moira things. So many people get in this mindset. I just coached a Ramatra this morning. And this guy was like trying so hard to peel his backline versus Doomfist and doing just such a terrible job of it. Bro, you're freaking Ramatra. You're freaking Ramatra. You make people excited just talking. Go hurt others. Do evil things onto the enemy Ana. She's an old, feeble grandma. Break her bones like matchsticks. Please. Go.
They've taken the robot.
Exactly. Like, there you go. Help. Sure, help. But see, now it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. I appreciate the attempt to help there because that was what Moira was good at. The burst healing is something that Moira's good at. But once the burst heal is down, you need to go do war crime things. Remember, there's two strengths of Moira. Dueling and burst heal. And if you're all out of burst heal, you war crime. Right. There's a lot of characters in Overwatch that you need to be lore accurate. Genji's one of them. Tracer's one of them. Moira's one of them. Yes! Look at you go! Frick! Let's go! Yes! Look at this, guys. Heal or tank. Suck. Heal or tank. Damage. Heal. Burst heal. Heal. I don't like what we're doing. We're only helping the tank trade. So what do? We fade to an off angle. Get her. She's gone. Now she's not doing damage to your Sigma. Now what do you do? You could even deepen right, throw damage orbs, harass him here. You could go chase the DPS elsewhere. Go. Stop sucking the sky. Like a very confused straw. Stop it! Don't go backwards. Go forwards. Get her. They don't need the burst heal. You see that? So they don't need you. If they don't need the burst heal, they don't need you. Stop it. Stop sucking tank. Stop sucking Doomfist. Stop it. Yes, burst heal. Burst. Close. See, that's where it's appropriate, right? When you need that burst heal, totally fine. But then if you're not needing that burst heal, then you don't need to. The problem is that if all you do is sit and tickle and do this gray zone Moira, coughing baby, then you're going to you will have opportunities to burst heal, and that's about all you'll be able to do. Burst heal, burst heal, burst heal. Now, what do you do again? Do the same thing you just did. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get him. Go. Do it. No. No. See, this is the thing. If you look at a character like Baptiste or Ana, they could do what you're doing with the healing, and the damage on tank, and they could do it way better than you. A nade, way better than a damage orb in these trades. Way better. Baptiste damage, way better than yours. He can hit headshots. He can kill tanks. Zenyatta. Dude, Zen does less healing than you and has better tank training than you do because the discord and damage follow-up is so much more. But you know what Zen can't do? He can't go put on his skate shoes and just freaking Tony Hawk on top of this chick and like wipe her out like the plague. You get what I'm saying? Yes! Unfortunate. But yes. You removed a DPS angle. No other support is as good at that as you are. No other support. Not even a Lucio. Not even a Kiriko. Yes! Yes! Agony! Good. Okay, that maybe this is a little bit risky. Be careful here. Get her. War crime. War crime. Puff your heal if you want to, and then more war crimes. Good. Good. Now here, you should already be thinking, okay, I'm gonna burst heal my tank. What angle can I take here? Burst heal, burst heal, burst heal, burst, 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 burst. Okay, now he's back to full. What do you do? What do you do? War crime. War crime. I like the idea of the damage orb. I don't like the placement. The placement has to be accurate.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
You're muting stream? I don't give a frick. Wait, what did Echo say?
Adaptive circuits engaged. Moira.
Okay. I thought she said something weird. See, this is what's happening. When there's like downtime, you just exist. You just exist. You see this? You just exist. You're not a problem solver. You just exist. You're just like, oh, no. Do something. Is your burst healing needed right now? No. So where's the war crime? Where's the war crime? Chat, where's the war crime? Somebody point out the war crime on the screen. That's not my face cam. Right. You go help your Junkrat here if he wants to. Or you do war crime things here. Pear, thank you for the sub.
Need to kickflip to an
yes.
angle and start mustard gassing.
Exactly. Instead, we're just damage orbing because we don't want to be a heal bot, Moira, right, guys? and you're not even in a good position to burst heal, right? And this fight's lost. Right. Disaster. War crimes. Where are the war crimes? Where's the burst heal? Where are the war crimes? Ah! Aha! Aha! Now be careful here, because the Doomfist goes for you. You might need your heal orb here. But war crime. No! Okay, yes. No! No! It's a blind damage orb. We gotta break that habit. No blind damage orbs. I don't care what you're doing. In fact, even if you're gonna gray zone Moira. In fact, if you are going to gray zone Moira, then you absolutely have to be accurate with your damage orbs because you can't just throw them in the general clump of the enemy team. Like if you or just aim it just right there, we get sauced. You know what I'm saying? Is that gonna do anything? No, it's gone. Okay, actually it did. It got a lot, but you're lucky. Frick, man. I hate being proven wrong. But you didn't aim it. Aim your damage orbs, man. Aim your damage orbs. Your burst heal isn't needed. Get her. Get her. War crime. War crime. Get her. Ah, that's fine. You don't have to chase her, honestly. Yeah, Kaya Junkrat's gonna be smoked. War crime. War crime or burst heal. 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 War crime. War crime. Oh, you even aimed the damage orb where you thought she was gonna go. Oh, I'll kiss you right in the forehead. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at the flick. Look at that. Wham! Perfect. Get her. No, get her. No, no. Should have stayed on her. All right, set up. Next war crime. Next war crime. War crime. That's a well-aimed damage orb. Okay, if you're gonna gray zone, at least you're aiming the damage orbs. War crime. Yes! Good. Stay on him. Good. Clean it up. I don't think the fight was 100% won. There was like 3 or 4 members still alive. It was good. Good, 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 good. I like this. War crime. If Doomfist goes in you can live that too. We don't love tank training, but there's nothing else available. Just live here. Honestly, I don't think he needed to back off. Make him commit cooldowns on you, then back off. Waste his time further. More war crimes. Is John Prostate here? Nice, guys. John Prostate is here. Let's go! I knew today was going to be a good day. Good, 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 good. See, this is a war crime position right here. You know juice is going to happen up here. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some war crimes right up here. See, this is a protective war crimes. You know what this is? Here's what it is. Here's what it is. You are not necessarily going to do the war crimes yourself, but you're going to be assisting the war crimes. You get what I'm saying? You're going to be the I was just following orders kind of a thing, right? But it's perfect because you're assisting war crimes now, right? Batman war crimes, it's perfect. Stay here, don't drop. You don't give a frick what's happening down here. Go do more war crimes. Help these guys. Help the boys. Listen, nothing brings together the family like war crimes with the boys.
Let us proceed.
You lost your position to do more war crimes. And you also could have killed this Kiriko and done even more war crimes. But instead you were too busy like, let's suck the Doomfist. No, that's the appropriate gray zone. Get her. Get her. You're better. You're better. You're better. Your damage orb aim is bad, but, you know, you're better. Burst heal, 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 burst heal. Oh, unlucky. Good stuff. That's okay. That's fine. But earlier stuff needed to be done. Ho, so being complicit? What does it even mean? Ho? Ho? You've heard legends of John Prostate? Well. War crimes. Who's the war crime? Who's the war crime? Do you guys see the war crime here? The war crime is here. Go help the war crime. Or set up your own war crimes. Do it. Come on. Do it. Do you see what happens? If you don't help your friends do war crimes, they will get arrested or killed. By either the mafia or the cartel. Maybe honestly the feds. That's your fault. Yeah. But see, the thing is, it's like you didn't know he was there. But why did you not know he was not there? Because you weren't looking for your own angle. When you start thinking about off angles for yourself, you start being a better support, not only because you start doing more things, but because you start seeing other people who are doing things. You're like, oh, you come here too? Oh, okay, let's do some war crimes together. You know what I'm saying? Get out and meet people who also hate humanity. Ah, ha, ha! See? Or you'll meet enemies that are going to do war crimes and deny them from doing war crimes to your team. Because there's nothing more disgusting than war crimes committed to you. You get what I'm saying? Now, obviously here, this is a very difficult war crime location. And notoriously difficult. All right? What do? Do you come here? Do you hard flank? Because I can promise you right here, you're not going to win the fight doing this. This is too ugly of a position. So don't be gray and appropriate here. This is not that stream for being kind and considerate. Look at that. Look at all the value you're getting there. Nice job. Now, to be honest with you, probably a lost fight. That was 4 ultimates. But you're not going to win a fight like that. It's a Moira. It's a Moira thing.
We cannot allow them to take the robot.
Oh, you just lost this. Never mind. War crimes, mate. War crimes. Let's look at a little bit more. Because you said you think you played this one really well. I will be the judge of that. I will be the judge of that. Why are there awful names in your lobbies? Is this console? Only console has the worst names. Thicky Poo. PC? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Only console players are that degenerate to have names like Thicky Poo. What is Ladron DeVita? Alright, Burst Heal or War Crimes? Burst Heal or War Crimes? Burst Heal. You're not war criming! War crime! You're not going to be able to heal or damage. Like, what do you think a damage or to a Malga is going to be? Okay? This is nothing. This is nothing. This is like secondhand smoke to Hitler. It's not enough to kill him, bro. Go! Go! War crime! At least you aimed it, I guess. Good! But see, the thing is they have to push you for you to push back. Like, your diva, thank goodness, knows surprisingly Thicky Poo is actually deadlifting this one. Because Thicky Poo was, like, all up in that sauce. Thicky Poo was not tank trading. Okay. Burst heal, burst heal, burst heal. Burst heal, you could heal orb that, yep. Saves you a little bit of resource. Go. Yes, we're committing war crimes together. Yes. But what would happen if your tank had not gone in aggressive and sat there and tank traded? Good. You're war criming. You're war criming. Bro, you're actually war criming. You're war criming. Stop throwing damage orbs at full HP Malgas. Actually, he wasn't full HP, but yeah. Twitch decided to reset your stream streak. That's what you get, mate. I actually just started and stopped stream randomly, Erdu, just so you miss one. That's not true. I wish it was true. War crime! You know that guy? Why am I not surprised? War crime! War! Okay, this fight's lost. It's okay. Alright, war crime time. War crime. Let's do it. Looking for it. Wait for the fight to start. Damage orb there was kind of lazy. I'd prefer that to be placed on like a Kiriko or Moira instead. If he had to choose. It's just... Do it. Cole. Everyone point and laugh at the Ajax. War crimes. War crimes. Do some war crimes. You know, the reason why I think that you're playing better here is because I think your tank is leading you around the map. And I think that you're being forced into war crimes because, again, you're just following orders here. You get what I'm saying? So the question is, what would have happened if your tank had not been this creative and this proactive? You know? Now, you guys are probably wondering why at points here I'm skipping some minor details, because those minor details aren't all that important right now. The biggest thing that we're seeing is like the war crime versus burst heal, proactivity, and then being more deliberate with where we're aiming our damage orbs. Like, I guarantee the next damage orb is going to suck. You guys ready for it? I will bet cash. Okay, frick. Frick. Okay, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. You did aim. The problem here is that you immediately had a good damage orb, but then looked back to just like heal random crap instead of like actually staying on the Kiriko. Like, bro, if you damage the Kiriko now, this Kiriko is going to have to Suzu herself and not her Zarya. And she's going to have to look at you and not her Zarya. And you're going to do more damage to that tank effectively by killing the Kiriko. Am I doing POVs right after this? Pretty soon, yeah. So I actually think that I lied. That was a good damage orb. But the follow-up just wasn't there. You just didn't war crime enough. And by war crimes, Falk, we're basically just talking about aggressive, proactive duels. Get in there. Be annoying. Be a nuisance. You're not going to burst anybody with Moira. But you absolutely can harass and harass and harass and harass. Think about, like, you guys know, I'm trying to think, like, what's a good analogy here. Think about, like, how big tobacco and big kale kills you. You know what I'm saying? It's like a slow trickle of death. That's Moira. That's Moira's war crime. She's not going to carpet bomb you, but she is going to tickle you to death. Well, that might be a big bomb. That might be a big bomb. It was a good bomb. War crimes. War crimes. This is okay. It's a tank, so it's not great, but it's the only thing you could say. So I'm down with a war crime. Maybe a little bit risky with where you ended the fade, but you know, it worked. But is it how Summer can sometimes just harass? Yes, exactly. Exactly. Moira doesn't have the burst that a lot of supports do when they make plays, but she does have the sustain, which means she's less cautious versus... Ah! I knew that was going to happen. Okay, but what she can do is she can harass for longer. Yes, Big Kale. Yeah, you're screwed, by the way. Big Kale definitely saw that message. War crimes! You would not have saved your D.Va there, or your Ashe. The fight was already lost at that point. Yes, Hoop Kip is dead. He donated his body to science. Yeah, it's okay. War crime. War crime. See, now you're helping your D.Va, because your D.Va wants to go in, right? Why is she... Just fade it and heal orb, and then kill her. This is just mechanical failure from your end, really. What you're doing is okay, you're just doing it poorly, so... Then is that why it's better to use heal orbs more when harassing to sustain the harassment? That's a great question, and there's a lot of nuance with that. So yeah, if you're under a lot of pressure while you're harassing, using heal orb to sustain yourself so you can damage, so you can suck for longer is actually a pretty good question to ask. You know, you really have to make that decision. Yep. Because if you're gonna get forced out immediately without heal orb, then it might be better to heal orb. So it just depends. I would probably heal orb this just so that you could spray, bounce, get it, feel it back up quick. Whenever you're burst healing yourself or somebody else, a heal orb is pretty useful. Because otherwise it's going to take all your resource, right? You see this? You're still healing, and then now you heal orb, but now it's too late because the heal orb has gone away, and then now it's just... This is just a nice little globe of urine, but it doesn't actually do anything. And then if you're going to war crime, remember the rule. If you war crime... Remember, war crimes are never committed versus like the generals and stuff like that. War crimes are always committed versus the common man, the poor and the oppressed. So you never go after like Zarya. She's too big. You go at like the poor oppressed support mains in the DPS. You get what I'm saying? This is not who you want to be targeting with your war crimes if you can choose. You get what I'm saying? Like, she might die because she is so isolated, but the only reason that she's so isolated is because your D.Va is doing what you should be doing. It's the reason why this is the case is because Moira's damage versus tank is just so bad. Like Moira's damage versus tank is so bad. If you were like at a Xanier, maybe the story is a little bit different, but man, your tank damage is just like atrocious. Yeah. But see, if the tank is isolated, the question, does that mean that the supports are isolated too? Usually the answer is yes. The question is can you reach those supports? There, the answer was yes, you could. Yes, subject the players to the trenches until they no longer want to fight. Ah, heal orb, it's too late. You guys realize what's going to be happening after this, right? Do you guys understand what's going to be happening after this? I will be committing war crimes live on stream. Nice damage orb, idiot. Who's committing war crime? You might need to pocket your... Yeah, I was going to say, you might need to pocket your Hanzo there. Salting the fields. No! Pocket! Ah! Too late. Too late. You got to be a little bit faster with the Cole pulls there. Cole is not an ultimate you want to save. You've seen opportunity, use it. No, we will be committing... Yeah, this fight's lost. We waited too long. Yeah, congrats on graduation, mate. Is this preschool, middle school? Nice damage orb, idiot. Man, you really got to work on your damage orb aim. Again, I cannot believe I'm actually saying this, but yes. Vulnerable demographics. Listen, I never said that Moira wasn't evil. I'm just saying, like, if I am gonna coach you to be more evil, you gotta act the part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get a shit with gold. Bam! This is like the communist dictator off. You versus the other Moira. Probably would heal orb there. That's a situation where you heal orb so that you can continue the duel. You heal orb that, then you could duel the monkey. Yes, hit him with the nails. That's how you get tetanus right there. Poison damage. Lobbyist 1v1. It's Big Pharma versus Big Tobacco. IRL. It's just... This is where I would prioritize healing. Like, when you're shooting tank, honestly, and you don't really have a good angle to commit war crimes, just heal tank. Like, I can guarantee you your soldier was probably, like, you know, saying some stuff in chat because you didn't heal in there. It's just because your war crime wasn't useful because you're war criming a bubble. That's like saying that, like, I'm gonna mustard gas your tank. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's not smart war crimes. Moira remains. All right, let's go. So you gotta ask, what war crime am I the best at? The answer is, like, stay on that Reaper. Stay on him. Get him. You see that? There, now he's out. Now what's the next war crime? Cole? Sure. Stay in this end. Stay in this end. I mean, I guess they were both low, but yeah. Okay. Okay. Kasimov. Moira. Burst heal versus war crimes. Be decisive, then learn from your choice. Aim your damage orbs. Do not save Cole. Use it at first opportunity to win a fight. Yes. Better targeted war crimes when possible on squishies. Angles. And if you got anybody that's on that angle with you, let's do it, guys. Let's do just a wee bit of war criming. Wait, no, I didn't mean to do windowed. Whoops. Can I just say it's so over if you want to get 10k channel points? Why? What kind of highlight are you going to send my way? And you know how I know this is the case with Moira? Because I've coached 2 Moiras to top 500. And like legitimate top 500, like GM1 top 500, not fraud top 500. And one of them was a DPS only Moira. And I will not share this player's name because their in-game name was bad enough to get them banned. No, I've worked with Nolan. I had a collaboration with Nolan a while ago. You guys might not remember. Oh no, that's bad. No, now we have to know? No. No. I don't have a clip yet, but it's going to be vile when I do. Well, it is you we're talking about here. This isn't the best Moira map, I'm not going to lie. It's a little open. Alright guys, let's see if we can commit some war crimes. Christopher wouldn't be able to, it's not that it's like a racist nickname or anything like that. It's just like it's a little inappropriate for a Spilo stream. Am I going to perform worse than the student, right? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Am I worse than the student at war crimes? I'll let you guys be the judge. We'll change the rank there in the bottom to bronze. Name Poop Balls 43. Wait, I don't. That's such an awful.
The adults are talking.
Wherever they hide, we will dig them out.
What are you on about?
No. I'm being shoved into a small corner. Okay.
5, 4, 3.
Those are just not bad words.
Attack commencing. Escort the payload.
On with it.
See, I have no real DPS. I'm gonna be taking angles, so a lot of it's probably gonna be like solo work rounds. Ah!
Time to heal and a time to kill. No darkness.
Ah! Frick. First heal. Yeah, Brian pushes me. Okay, I'm holding the aggressive angle here with my DPS. I don't even mind pocketing a Widow here. I'm gonna control this angle here. I'm not aiming for the Rhine, I'm aiming for what's behind the Rhine. Yeah, boy!
Do not.
Frick. No, I'm telling you, man.
You cannot escape me. Receive my aid.
Hey. So close range, that's a little too open for me. So I'll off angle here. Oh, I should have aimed for the Hanzo. Did I get the Hanzo? I did get the 10. A little risky there. Orb before you called. Did I have orb? I didn't think I had orb. You might be right. Frick!
Let shadow sneak
I was absorbing the visor because I know I can live it. Fade behind. I could have faded behind them, yeah. That might have been good to go into spawn with heal orb. Oh, my Hanzo war crime a wee bit. There's really nothing I can do to get close right now, so I'm just gonna help my Hanzo war crime. Oh my gosh, that guy was all the way behind us. Oh, my bad. He came from the high ground. This is why Moira farms stats. Look at my stats. Because I can just damage road crap. Doesn't mean I'm like... No! I did not... I did the EU strafe and it didn't work. Dang it, man! A scumbag. Where's he at? Frick.
is within my reach.
Oh, blind. crimes. Come Papa, come Papa!
Such grievous wounds.
I don't really want to be here with Ryan.
Pain is inevitable. My ultimate is ready to be unleashed. Surrender. I'm on fire. You cannot escape me. Your dark desire. Is inevitable.
Frick! No way. Hanzo actually trolls this. No! Dang it, they didn't fall for it! I almost got it, man. I almost got it, man. I almost got it. Dude, I almost had that, man. I thought for sure, because it was like a long trade, man. War crimes. I shouldn't have baited in. Frick. Man, they're so low. Bro, if I have 3 seconds on orb, I'm not waiting for my orb to use a cold. You guys are fixated with Karq's tips with Moira. It's a tip if you have orb, but it doesn't mean that you wait for it. If the opportunity's there, go. It wasn't on cooldown? Okay, whatever then. I don't know. I think you guys are gaslighting. I'm quite sure of it. I would never make a mistake like that. War crimes. Frick! I trolled, guys. Ah! I thought it was last fight!
Time is not on our side.
Bro, how are you 6 and 7? On Zenyatta! am in Hilo Hell, guys. I'm in Hilo Hell. That's actually unreal. Oh, you guys can't see chat. There's no point. But anyway, war crimes. Be quick for you, Hilo Hell. Oh, Lexa. What is Lexa saying? I'm going to play some rank now. I was looking to add the don't focus on goals, just play days to my schedule, but I'm a bit confused how to actually go about it, so I'm just kind of thinking ask about questions. If you don't have a goal, what do you focus on when you just play? You just play. You play to win. Playing the best that you can. Yes, play the best that you can. You just play. Gosh, guys, I don't know, man. I think that was like as flawless as you possibly could go. Anyway, now, I might have gone a little bit in the extreme mode when it came to maybe some of the DPSing there, but you guys get the point. And part of that was also because we were on Roadhog as well. I think it was pretty much pixel perfect as well. Good stats. No, it wasn't Cope though. No, I do think that the way I was playing it was correct though, just with the composition we were playing. With Moira on that, our Roadhog and Moira, and then Zenyatta in the back. Our DPS shouldn't need support on main because we have Zenord. Roadhog should never need healing, and I needed to protect my off angle. I think it was fine. I just didn't do it very well. Okay, let's look at some POVs, yo. Let's get this pulled up here. No, we have no Winston POVs. Oh, we have a Sparker POV as well. Maybe we'll from the match. Hang on. So we have a couple of POVs to look at. True story. True story about this. Okay, so first off, this POV like quality is not the highest ever. But true story about this POV. I forgot that like the OBS was picking up my mic. And so the first time I did this recording, there was just like guitar in the background for like 15 minutes. Yeah, cheers, Drive. Yeah, good luck with your practice, mate. There was just like guitar in the background like the entire time. And I was like, oh crap. So I had to re-record the entire thing. Okay, so here's what we're looking at here. We were looking at Rupal. This is Toronto versus Soggy Boys, the other team that qualified for OWCS LAN. Pretty good team, actually, all things considered. I mean, memes aside, this is a fairly good team. Cal, Rack Attack, we got solid players. Infected has been in the scene for a long time. Good main tank, one of the better main tanks in the West, I think. Scissors, PGE, decent DPS duo. They played pretty well. I actually thought this was a relatively competitive match, all things considered. Considered this is a super team. But I was talking with Gabe, and he was saying, like, you know, you should really look at, like, Rupal, Ana, and Vega Brig in this map because it was insane the amount of peel that they had. Now, I did something I generally don't do, and I'm going into this almost totally blind. I didn't really look at the VOD ahead of time, so I'm hoping this is good. Ana Brig is really cool. I have both Vega and Rupal POVs recorded here. And basically what is really interesting about this matchup, cheers, Ponder, I appreciate it, is it's a perfect balance between the DPS Ana, big nade, big damage, whatever, and the, oh frick, I'm playing into Tracer. Wait, that's the wrong color here. I'm playing a Tracer. Oh my gosh, I'm just so dense. Tracer. Winston, and soon to be probably Sojourn or something along those lines as well as the anti-nades from the enemy backline. So there's a lot of things that you can hurt, but there's also a lot of things that can hurt you. So it's a great thing where like a lot of you guys playing on it and to dive might be like strictly playing for your own life, never looking to put out offensive pressure. And I know that Rupal has a Brigitte to help him, but you'll notice how much offensive pressure that Rupal finds while still being able to play his life. When is next stream? That will be Tuesday. So, what's up, Mapling? So, what we're going to look at here is we're going to look at cooldown usage, we're going to look at positioning, we're going to look at damage, healing, cover usage, synergy with the Brigitte, and find what makes this backline maybe the most unkillable backline in NA, maybe the most unkillable backline in the West, period. Rupal coming back from the Florida Mayhem World Championship, Vega being the newest up-and-coming, I think, main support player in the West. I think Vega's a competitor in a very slim role. So, nope, this is just, I decided to do it myself. Gabe suggested it to me. You guys know Poop Kip, so. One of the things that I want to talk about really quick is tempo. I think that's going to be the theme of today's review is tempo. So when you guys think about tempo, if you guys are like part of the NA Hive Mind dumb crowd, is you think tempo is speed. But tempo is not speed. Tempo is timing. It's about finding the timing of when things are done. This is tempo. There's this, and then they're both tempo. It's just different tempos. So tempo is nothing to do really with speed. More tempo does not mean more speed. More tempo is just, tempo is tempo. There is nothing else. And so what that means for a composition like this is that the question is when is Ana Brigitte under threat and when are they not under threat? The reason why that's important is the timing of the enemy Winston's bubble or Tracer's recall or Echo stickies or even the enemy Ana's nade changes how you position. It changes how you use your CDs, specifically your sleep dart, but also your anti-nade. And it also changes who you're shooting or target priority. When you position when the enemy Winston has bubble, you're cautious of that Winston landing on top of you and killing you, whether that's with nano, primal, or just a normal jump. Same thing with recall. When I have my nade, I might look to use my nade aggressively unless that enemy Winston has, like, let's say, a nano or a primal, or might be jumping and landing directly on top of me, and I need to nade myself so that my enemy Brigitte or my friendly Brigitte can pocket me for more. When I'm talking about who I'm shooting, if I have a situation when my Winston has bubble, I might be more proactive with putting pressure on the enemy backline, knowing that there's going to be a direct follow-up off of any chip damage that I can do onto any of these targets. Whereas if I'm concerned more about the enemy jump, I might be more focused on putting more pressure on the enemy Tracer and the enemy Winston, the dive threats, so that they're a little bit weaker when they do engage on me. Right? So it's really important, especially with those first two, that you understand the read of the battlefield as an Ana. Am I safe? Do I need to disengage? Do I need to push? Do I need to pull? And so on. Right now, Rupal is positioned aggressively because Rupal has a large distance between himself and the enemy front line. He's not worried about this Winston jump because he knows the Tracer's on point, so that I can put out offensive pressure without a Winston jump alone being enough to kill me. Bit of an awkward rotation there from Toronto. And because of that pick on the Sugar Free, due to an awkward rotation, they just, honestly, I think they're going to end up giving up first point entirely. Ooh, flank nade for backline. That's an opportunity for them to follow up. Nobody's there. I think they're just going to give up point here. Yeah, it looks like they're going to give up point. So a bit of a mistake there from Sugar Free, a bit of a mistake there from Toronto, but obviously this is where the juice, I assume, gets saucy. Defensive nade, he knows that Winston has bubble. Doesn't quite save Vega. Where's my next position? Where can I get offensive pressure? Where can I get cooldown pressure? Where can I get damage? Where can I avoid being damaged? Stop. What do you guys read out of the tempo here? Do you think that our Winston or our Ana should be aggressive with their nades? Do you think our Ana should be aggressive with their damage? What do you think? This is a tough one. Does the enemy Winston have bubble? Yes. Does the enemy Ana have nano? Yes. Do we have a good angle for nade on the backline? Yes. Oof. See, this one's tricky because we could definitely get an anti-nade on backline here. But they know that the enemy Winston probably has primal, probably has nano, And even though the enemy tracer can't stage on me, that's pretty scary. So it's up to you. I think this one will be interesting. Let's see what Rupal goes for. Priority here is probably to get the nano on their tank first. But honestly, let's see what happens. Now, if this was a ranked player, you would have the ranked player, including Rupal, by the way, sitting on this high ground here, poking backline. Why? Because he's not scared of the enemy nano Winston. Because this is ranked. They're not going to coordinate that as much. So this is even more defensive than an average ranked player because there's respect to the nano primal at this level of play. You guys see that? You would never see Rupal play like this if there wasn't the threat of that nano primal. That nano primal will kill so quickly. Even the enemy anti-nade there is scary. Here comes the nade. It's risky, because now they're open to that nano. He also doesn't hit it. It actually gets blocked by Rack Attack Shield. I think he might have been aiming for the Winston there as well, but yeah. We'll look at Vega POV afterwards. So for right now, we're only going to focus on Rupal. Saving the sleep dart. Great peel there. Huge sleep dart. Now the primal's still coming. Nade. Armor pack. Naded armor pack. Look at that rotation. Doesn't rush sleep dart. Doesn't rush sleep dart. In fact, it's really good with his bubbles. Huge nade. Now that's a risk because you might want nade right now. But it's a calculated risk. Because when you see an opportunity on a squishy that's that out of position, like Cal was, you have to take it. When do you want a nano first? It really depends, right? It really depends. It's up to you. They might have been saving defensive nano there because someone already had primal and they didn't think that they needed to nano their Winston. They might have been saving nano there because he wasn't sure if Vega would get rally in time, nano the Brig defensively. This is some high-level stuff. And look at that sleep. Now we don't need nade as much. Okay, well, maybe we do. But we didn't need nade as much, certainly to clean up the fight, because we were able to get the sleep dart and the Winston there. I think actually if they'd been able to not wake the Winston immediately, I think they would have been okay. All right. Similar situation here, but now there's probably not as much direct threat. Okay, tempo. There's no bubble. So there's a little bit less concern about how to position or what to do. You can see he's kind of looking for the aggressive nano and nade. And now he notices that he's... Look at this. He's just not really scared of Winston now. Winston doesn't have bubble yet. What is he doing? What is he doing? He's got a nano to push with. He's not scared of Winston bubble. In fact, it had to jump back. You see that? You see, that's tempo right there. You think, like, what the heck was he doing? No nano on the enemy team. No primal on the enemy team just yet. Winston didn't have bubble. He pushes in with the nano. You see that? You would never see Rupal do something like that without that circumstance. And so that's why you always have to look at pro play within context. You can't just follow what they do blindly. Now Nano and Primal are problems. And now we don't have Rally, and we don't have Nano, defensive Nano. So how are these guys going to play around this? It's all about tempo. Does that Winston have bubble? Where is the Winston? How far away is the Winston? Oh, he's going to go greedy with it. He's going to go greedy with it. Now, what do you guys think? What's the reasoning behind going aggressively with Nate here? Aren't we just going to die to Nano Primal? Right. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. Right. Exactly. So there's a there is a very high risk that Rupal dies for this. There is a risk. But there's also a very high risk that because of his Winston's Primal and because of the aggressive out of character rotation here from Rupal, that they're just going to kill people immediately, right now. Bam, dead. So yes, Rupal might die, but they will die too. And that's going to mean an even trade that they'll be able to come back and take the next fight. So it's basically saying, I don't have anything for you. So I'm going to just roll the dice and see what happens. Maybe get a trade. Exactly. And if this nade lands... Oh, it doesn't land. Why doesn't it land? Does he try to go for all three? I think he tries to nade his spot instead of a person. That's a classic... Oh, Oh, it's blocked by Rack attack. You see that? Rack turns his shield. He would have got naded. He turns his shield. Great play from Rack, and now this is trouble. Vega does hit the whip, though. So huge bail by Vega there. But still, he doesn't even get a chance to... He doesn't even get a chance to pull to sleep there. He does instantly.
I still have some fight in me.
King, there's a great video about tempo on... I will say great video because I put a lot of work into it. But there is a video on tempo on my YouTube channel. I highly recommend you looking at it. A lot of people use the word tempo about we need to go faster, or we need to play slower, and I've never really liked that terminology. I'm more of a fan of playing to cycles, turns, like when are we strong, when do we want to play it, and playing to your range. He's looking for the angle there. So he greeted there, he split from his Brig because he goes, oh, I'm still safe, I'm far away, and they're worried about point. You can literally look on my YouTube channel and just look in the search and look tempo, and I think you'll be able to find it. Okay. No primal, no nano yet. They do have a nano of their own. That's why we see this aggressive rotation. The nade is blocked again. Rupal is really struggling to get nade value here. They've been blocked consistently. Really well played by Sog here. He actually just missed that one. I think he just missed that one. Rotates back because the enemy team has walked forward. Gets hindered. Love that ability. Looking for nano. Looking for nano. Gets the nano. And notice that he's actually not looking for an aggressive nade this time. Why? Why is he not looking for an aggressive nade this time? What has changed between this position or this situation now and something literally 10 seconds ago? They still don't have nano. They still don't have primal. I mean, maybe they think that they do, but probably not. Well, he's definitely going to need it. Why? What's changed about his position? So one of the things is he's lost his powerful sightline on the backline. Like, he doesn't have a really fat, juicy nade that he had earlier. But exactly what Brax is saying. The difference here is that his position has honestly gotten worse. They messed up the nade there. He had to back up because he was getting low. And now his position is worse. And by worse, because the enemy tracer has a really easy flank to get to him. Right? That's the difference between this position and the last position, is it's just a worse sightline and it's easier for tracer to get to him. He's in a corner. So now he actually does have to, because he messed up his offensive cooldown earlier, now he has to use this next one defensive. Right, exactly. It's a much easier flank here. Great shot in the tracer, early recall. He's really trying to save that cooldown for if he needs it. Because at this level of play, if you miss a nade or you miss a sleep, you're done. And so sometimes it's just easier to just save for the Winston and not try to gamble too much. It depends. But you see that, like, even though they didn't die, the bad cooldown trade put the backline in a worse position. And is what... Oh... Now he has to nade himself. And this might be it. Because this is the thing, chat. You're noticing that, like, oh, they're not dying, so it's okay, right? No, it's not. Because this Ana Brig, because they've made some mistakes, at least Rupal, is now they're no longer in a position to help their front line. And if you do not sleep or nade or boop or whatever or shoot the enemy backline or the enemy front line, then your front line is totally isolated. And yeah, that's it. Like, you living as a support is not good enough. Yeah, he missed a lot of his utility, and so now his backline is suffering for it. His front line is suffering for it. This is the second time that Merit has died. Someone has not had a single anti-nade on backline to help him out. No damage to follow up. Oh, I tried to predict the recall there. Yeah. So, yeah. So at this level of play, you cannot afford to miss cooldowns, even if they're offensive. Because you just eventually create such a disadvantage for your team. So you could look at this and be like, even though Rupal died last, Rupal was one of the big reasons why they lost this fight. Aggressive anti-nade. Can they follow up? Not quite. Cassit does die, though, because the echo angle. Tellurium, thank you for the sub, mate. I appreciate it. Look at that. 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 Early damage to follow up off of the Ana. The Winston jump, right? I actually don't like that from Infected. I think Infected could have done a better job there zoning backline there instead of peeling with that bubble. That's a big investment for Infected. And it's a part of the reason why someone lived that, because he was able to get Winston support. Or Ana support. Alright. They've got Nano. They've got Primal to worry about, but they do have Nano and Rally to respond. There's the Winston. Look at the distance management there. Not too close. There's Bubble. He's screaming, guys, we're zoned out. We're zoned out. We're zoned out. I can't heal you. Can't heal you. There's the Nano in response. Uh-oh. 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 Scissors the goat. Saving the sleep dart until he gets a read about what Infected's gonna do. In fact, he doesn't even need the sleep dart if he can just shoot. Oh! So really, frankly, I consider Rupal to be one of the best supports in the world. But not a good game. Not a good game from Rupal so far. Right? Positioning management has been very reasonable. Nades have missed. Sleeps have missed. Right? Not the best. And you could see, now you look at that and you go, wow, this makes a lot more sense. Because this team is honestly a lot better than this team. But this is a pretty darn good push on Paraiso. Now, I'm not saying that all this is Rupal's fault at all. But you could see part of the reason why Toronto is struggling in the defense here. So I think that you can learn a lot. I think you can learn more from somebody of Rupal's caliber when they make mistakes. I think if Rupal did nothing but the right thing, I think that you don't see like, oh, like what happens if they don't play well, right? And you can see it. You know? Who do you think is the best ones in at the moment? I don't know. It's hard to say. There's a lot of competitors right now. Just because PG is the best Western DPS. All right, let's see how we take space here. Now, Winston Bubble and Dive is always a threat when you're on attack here. You don't have good space, so you're always scared. Where's that Tracer? He's using the Sleep Dart here, because if he catches the Winston, they can maybe force the Winston Bubble and disengage. And also, as long as he stays far back, he's not at a threat of being dove. Now, you're like, well, why isn't he be a threat of being dove? Because what can Rupal see here? You see it? Winston, Tracer, but where's the Ana? Where's the Brig? Where's the Cassidy? There's not really, like Sog really doesn't want to dive out here. It's too far away from where their backline is positioned. So because of that, he can be a little bit more greedy with his cooldowns and do so safely. So you can use your cooldowns more aggressively if the enemy team isn't positioned to follow up. But now, you see, he's scared now. He's like, okay, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Now, again, you see it. Even the Brig on a split here. Why are they split? Well, because backline of the enemy team has backed off. There's no threat to the Ana, so the Brig could get value out of proccing her Inspire, pocketing the Echo, pocketing the Tracer, even heck, throwing an armor pack on someone, right? But Brig has a better sightline here than Ana. So Brig and Ana don't always have to play together. Brig and Ana usually need to play together when there's a threat of a real dive. But beyond that, rotating for a better sightline.
Repositioning. Stand up straight.
You see what I see, chat? Do you see what I see? I'm gonna predict pretty soon there. Ooh, you guys see it? So this is the best part. He could either nade backline here, which might get blocked by Brig, or he could just do this. Notice, by the way, Brig playing closer to Ana because the threat of the Winston. You see it? Bam! And now Infected might just die. Getting slapped as Winston in this composition is just death. Like whether it's Cassidy, Fan the Hammer, or whether it's Stickies, like getting slapped is just death. I don't like that drop there from Rupal. I guess it's probably okay, but it's a little bit goofy there from Vega. Vega, I think, got a little bit too cocky with it. Scissors. There's a sleep. I don't know if there'll be any follow-up there. Maybe. Oh, they get it. They got the pulse. Huge. Yeah. They have rally soon. Well, actually, no, they don't have rally, but they do know that the Tracer, the Cassidy is dead. So they know the enemy backline is going back. So the tempo here is that they're missing one. Let's walk forward and make space. Let's walk forward and take space. They got to be careful of Nano and Primal though here. Again, why are they being so aggressive? Because there's no follow-up. Cassidy's not there. Tracer's not there. Worst case scenario, Winston gets Nano. We Nano or rally or peel or nade myself and so on. Like, he doesn't want to blow his cooldowns here, but he could be a little bit more egocentric because of the situation. Then as the Cassidy Tracer walks forward, okay, this is not working. I got to back off. We might be looking for Nano here. Let's see. There's the Primal. Enemy team is on the back foot. Is there any follow-up I can get off of the Primal? No. They actually Nano Winston, but Infected was not in a good position there. And so the entire engage is kind of wasted. Infected's going to get Primal for us soon. Ooh, can we keep up? Sugar Free, we can. And now we've seen Nano, and that's it. So Primal here, we could play a little bit more aggressively into this because we only really have to worry about Primal. We don't have to worry about the Nano too. Now we'll set up our own Nano and rally their Primal.
My ultimate is ready. Get in there. My ultimate is fully charged. Get in there. You're powered up.
Nano? He might look for a nade if he sees an opportunity. Might save it just because of the Primal. There's the rally on the bubble. Not a great rally there from Vega. Not a great rally there from Vega. I think, I'm not sure if Vega messed something up. I think he got a little bit goofy with his positioning there, and so he feels the need to rally, but then now that creates an opportunity for Infected to be able to use this Primal basically for free. The nade gets blocked there by Vega. That was good. The nade also gets blocked there. And now, oh, Vega. And this ends up being, do you guys feel, do you see, again, if you don't land the nades, if you don't land the sleeps, if your other support duo messes up, you're cooked. I also think they're like the mid, like, and then also, like, even the nade there. Like, the nade got body blocked, right? Unfortunate. Vega got scared of being infected. Hilarious. Now Nano's a problem. Now Primal's a problem. Toronto has nothing. So they're just forcing cart. We don't want to give them a good dive. Defensive nade had to be used because someone's on such an island right now with this backline being so far away. Whip shot is used. Ooh, careful, careful, careful. Some nice shots there. It's an animation cancel off of a reload, Brax. It's an Ana animation cancel. It's pretty much meaningless, but it is something that a lot of players do. Did enemy wait too long for Nano? No, they didn't. So basically what's happening is Sog really wants to get this Nano Primal out. But Rupal and Vega gave up so much space that they're not really giving them a good Nano target to go for it. What in that case, Sog needed to do a better job killing someone and Sugar Free and Merit who don't really have support help. And they almost got someone, they just didn't quite secure the kill. So basically what's happening is like the enemy team doesn't have the ult, so they're just playing super safe. But that does open these guys to being punished. Sog just didn't quite finish the kills there.
You're powered up.
Oh!
Get in there.
Tragic. You guys see what's happening though? Like the less activity that Toronto is taking, the harder and harder it is for backline. You make a mistake, you're screwed. Okay. Still Nano and Primal to worry about. Sugar Free? Sugar Free! What the frick is Sugar Free doing? Sugar Free's on the backline. Alright, what does Rupal got for me? He gets naded, backs up. Sugar Free just hard flanks. And that, oh my gosh, what a shot. Disaster. Disaster for the SOG backline. Great nade. And this is what happens, right? Sugar Free sets up a good angle. They never get the nano value that they wanted. They never got the primal value that they wanted. And honestly, Rupal shows up when he needs it. But honestly, good Sugar Free, man. Like, it's just disgusting. He forced the nano, he forced the high noon, and he still got the kills in backline. That's just absurd. Now, you guys might look at this and be like, why are they rallying? If he sees an opportunity to go now and just get one more kill, they don't touch. It's worth it to commit an ultimate so they don't touch. Prediction sleep doesn't work. He's not worried about the Winston. Good shot there. Infected goes Malga to touch. Gets back a little bit faster than Winston and plus his cardiac, but it's not enough. Yeah, rally is just like what I like to call a stagger ultimate. Not, any ultimate can be a stagger ultimate, but like using it even though there's not a clear team fight, just to get one more pick, just to make sure that you cap the point. When is the Kaya VOD? We're gonna do Vega after this, and then we're gonna do Kaya. High ground, poke, 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 poke. Nice sightline there. You way outrange Cassie from there. He has to get his nade force defensively, but it's too far of a dive there from Infected. Now, you might ask yourself, chat, why, if you're coaching, I know this is an Ana VOD, but why does someone peel here? Peeling with Winston's bad, right? Why does someone peel? Because Ana's low? No, not really. It doesn't matter. Because your job... Where is the enemy backline? Where is the enemy backline? Right. Right. It's too far. Like, you could bubble heals, exactly. Basically, with Winston, you usually trade backlines, even if the enemy tank is overextending. But if the enemy backline is too far away, or not really a good position to jump, right? This might get booped or slept or whatever, then there's no point in jumping the backline if you're just going to get whip shot. If the angle is not good for the jump, it might be better to defensively bubble and so on. So you'll see that occasionally. Generally, something that's more unique to playing into Ana Brig compositions, but it is worth pointing out. You cannot guarantee a zone and backline all the time.
Get in there.
Walking forward, walking forward, walking forward. Now, I would like this role to reversal. I would like the Ana to walk forward and the Brigitte to be on cart, or I would have liked for Rupal to lean right side sooner before that nano and just take the high ground here. But yeah, at least one of the targets is walking forward.
Happy to assist.
Rupal probably needs to get off of cart, but maybe it doesn't matter here. It may not matter here. They may not even get a clean touch here. That's going to be an early recall. Break bubble and they nade. They may not even need the nade. Prediction sleep, it hits. Puts Cassidy or Brig out of the fight, and that's it. Good stuff from Rupal. I hope that you guys learn a little bit of like the push-pull stuff there. And I think a lot of the stuff is more unique to dive, where there is a little bit more of a priority on direct threat to the Ana, and so you need to be a little bit more cautious with how you position and how you play. But Rupal is a great player. Let's take a look at some Vega, the other side of the coin. And then we will look at some Kea in a little bit. So we already saw a couple of mistakes from Vega. So we'll look at some of the things that Vega did well and things that Vega did not so well and so on. Why Vega specifically? Because Vega is a great main support and NA, maybe the best. And also the other side of the coin, like I said, right? So Brick, it's the same thing with tempo. When Winston has jump, you need to be ready for that. When Winston has primal, you need to be ready for that. When we're talking about who you're armor packing, you need at least one armor pack for your Ana when there is a threat of a Winston jump, maybe more if there's the threat of a nano jump, and maybe even more if there's threat of a nano jump and a primal. So we might see situations here where Vega doesn't just one pack, but Vega might two pack or Vega might three pack. Now remember that stacking packs does not increase your healing per second on the target. It just increases the duration of the heal. So if the Winston is because of nano or because of primal or tracer or whatever, whatever, is on your backline for 65 trillion years, then you're going to need to stack some packs. So one pack, then another pack, and another pack. Brigitte also have to worry about having a pack for the Tracer or Echo. There's 2 DPS here that really need that that range support. And then in addition to that, Brig also has to utilize Bash to keep herself alive. Not just to bash in, because you don't have the stun anymore. The damage is not that good, but to create distance when needed, to avoid getting landed on. Obviously, beyond all that, that's pretty much all there is to it. Packs are affected by Ana nates, so if Ana nates herself, those packs each per second is increased. And then Rally can be used defensively, can be used offensively. Generally, with the amount of space between you and the enemy backline, it's generally used more defensively to punish the enemy Winston. And then obviously you can also use your shield to block the enemy on innates. Okay, would you time packs to get the initial burst? Depends on the situation. Generally, the more important priority is hitting the whip shot on that Winston jump. Brig is one of the most underrated roles in Dive. Maybe not at the higher level, but by maybe like the average casual player. Because the higher level Brigitte is, I mean, the gap between like a top tier Brig and like a good Brig, like even with all due respect to Vega, somebody that's like a Chio level, right? Or there is like, it is impossible to jump sometimes. Yes, Koyo Dojo. It is like, it's just impossible jumps. And like, you can already see it here. Vega gets a little distracted by Tracer, goes back, doesn't have whip, can't stop this engage. Really important that you anticipate the tempo of the jump. It's okay to use your whip shot to proc inspire or just to disrupt damage, whatever, as long as there's not a threat of a Winston jump in the next 4 seconds. Yes, we already covered Rupal. Yes, the burst did not get removed, to my knowledge. Can somebody double check me, like fact check in the wiki? But I'm sure the burst heal on pack, that is something else that is you're rewarded for stacking your packs because of the initial burst heal. I remember, I believe it's like 25 healing, something like that. Is it 25 healing, Brax? How much is it? 30 healing? Could technically have stopped that jump with Bash, I guess. Risky to do so because it doesn't fully stop the momentum, to my knowledge. 25, okay. And it also means that you cannot disengage. So he has to bash out there. And because of that, actually that's how Sugar Free died, was because the Winston follow-up and the anti-nade. So Vega, it's Vega's fault. Everything's Vega's fault, guys. Prox's Inspire, you see that? Prox Inspire, bashes out. Gets the healing rolling, disengages. All boop stop momentum. Okay. Prox Inspire disengages. The other reason why Vega is so cautious here is this is where anti-nades come in. Right here. Right there. That's where anti-nades come in from the enemy backline. So just be aware of that. You can go back to Priest. Just go back to the Twitch VOD. Again, proc. I think Vega could be a little bit more cautious with his bash. I think he can hold the space a little bit longer, even if the reward for it is not very high. Just because you could just have more of a presence and still block with shield and nade. But yeah. The tough thing is that, like, it's tough to block nade with shield and then also be able to bash out immediately afterwards without staying too long. How does Inspire work? Inspire works by you do any sort of damage, whether it's a shield bash, swinging your flail, or hitting your whip shot. And there's this big AoE burst, like, really it's very similar to Sound Barrier or Lucio Beat, where there's anybody around you gets a buff that heals them for 4 seconds, I believe, Brax. Brax will fact check me on this one. And so even if they leave your presence or go behind a room or go behind a code, they still have that buff for 4 seconds. Within Elois, yep. Jay Hicks, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Thanks, Pepper. Congratulations. Miss you. Hypothesis, thank you for the sub. What's the range on it? Again, Brax will have to fact check me on that, but it's like 20 meter range. Yes, 20 meters. 15 healing per second for 5 seconds. Yes, with Inspire. Thank you, Brax. Brax is our resident Brigitte wizard. So yeah, Brig has played a lot in this because he's really good at helping her dive DPS and denying the enemy Winston and or the enemy dive DPS. Plus her ultimate's really good. So the Brig is playing up a little bit because he has better LOS to pack. He can still whip shot the Winston when he jumps. Look at that. Look at that balance. He's constantly... Yeah, Brig is really, truly an ultimate game sense here. Look at that. By the way, not smashing packs on his Winston there. Why? Because he knows he needs to save at least one pack for his Ana. There's Nano and Primal coming up. You remember the site? You guys remember this? And you'll notice here, John Frost, thank you for the gifted sub. How many of you guys would use your whip shot in the Winston here? Raise your hand. I know I would. It's just too tempting, right? You knock the guy back, you proc your Inspire, you know. I mean, I know I would, right? But you can't do this. You cannot do it. Yeah, not versus a dive tank who still has bubble, right? Still has bubble. Not only does this guy have bubble, but there's Primal and Nano. You cannot whip him. If you whip him, they get a free engage and you die. So, look at that. Look at that. He's staring him down. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for it. Look at that. Look at that. Constantly there. Look at that. Bam! Bam! That's so hard to do. Especially while you're like, you're min-maxing. Like, Brig is like literally... Do you guys ever play the slapping game as a kid? Maybe that's just me. It's where you put like each other's hands like this, you know? And then the person on the bottom has to rotate their hand around and slap the person on top. And you have to pull out your hand out in time. You ever play with like that one guy that's just a total turd with it? He puts his hands under you and he just sits there. And you're just like, dude, come on, go! Please! Do it! Right? You know? That's what it feels like playing Brig, man. Like you are like on knife's edge and just holding it for like ages. And then you gotta be so fast when it does happen. And he was there. Now you might ask yourself, why does he bash back? You guys tell me, why does he bash back? Why does he bash back? Nano? Well, it doesn't matter. He could just whip him again, right? It's not Nano, actually. It's Primal. Primal's coming. He needs to be there to whip it again. He needs there to be re-give his Ana Inspire and maybe even be there for rally. The engagement has not ended. The engagement has not ended. That's the key thing. In fact, he even uses his whip shot there. Oh! Just to keep the Inspire rolling. Because he knows that, okay, even if the Winston gets a jump, I have rally here. And check it out. Check it out, guys. So uses that one there. Peels the Tracer. Blocks the Pulse Bomb. Let's just appreciate that. Packs his Echo. Almost gets the pack in time. Whips again. Bam! Bubbles for Primal's forced because this Winston... And you can't stop this, but forcing the Primal to just make the jump is great. Bashes in to get close to Ana. Rallies to keep himself alive. Ana nades herself. One pack. Inspire. Again. You guys see that? Huge. It's so unsexy. Okay, maybe it is a little sexy. But it's so important. Like, it's so important. This is fight-winning play here. And really just from Vega. Really just from Vega. I don't know what's happening elsewhere, but Vega is, like, carrying this right now. Again, right there. Proc the Inspire. And you might think, oh, I didn't get him off the high ground. Yeah, and that's, by the way, that's going to definitely be the case with the tank changes, man. You're not going to be consistent at booping the Winstons off of high ground. But what you do is you mean that Winston can no longer zap your Ana for 1 second. Just see RuPaul's HP? Just a little bit higher. Bash out to safety. Procs the Inspire there, because he doesn't think he needs it. And gets a little bit too close here. He gets a little greedy here. He gets a little greedy here. He's feeling himself here just a little bit. He's feeling himself a little too much there, I think. That bash in there was silly. But, good stuff. No bubble. So he could be a little bit sloppy with his positioning. Also no Nano or Primal here. Okay, we're going to walk forward. We're going to walk forward. No Tracer, no Tracer, no Tracer. Pack, whip, clean it up. Oh man, PG's just fan the hammering here. Is Whip Shot going to be used for proccing Spire more than engagement denial after tank updates? No, because Whip Shot still kills momentum. Still kills momentum. It may not knock them back as far, but it still kills momentum. So it's really important still. So this will still be important. Again, Nano Primal back online. What will Vega do? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. In fact, the only mistake here is Rupal goofs up his nade and then goofs up his sleep dart. I think probably there that armor pack could have been half of a second sooner. But honestly, I think that's more. We looked at that from Rupal's perspective, if you guys remember. By the way, also check the timing of that whip shot that's on Winston's jump on Primal. That's why he doesn't get Primal. What happened to my screen? A little bit of frozen there. Okay, there you go. So really well played. He's going to walk forward here. Can they get a trade? Can they get a trade? I don't think they even see him here. I think he's just dead. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. Oh, maybe not. Huge whip there. Proc Inspire. Build the rally. Gotta watch for nade. Packs. Look at how much he's packing his DPS. When the Ana's safe, he looks to enable his DPS. Should you pre-pack your Winston on engage that will go out of your LOS? It could be useful, but remember that pack isn't a lot of healing, and so in the bigger the health pool, the healing matters less. Still worried. There's another whip. Man, that is so hard for Winston, man. Like, you versus a good Brig, it can be very oppressive to play. I want you guys to notice this adjustment from Infected. This is something that a lot of high-level Winstons will do. If you jump your angle here, Whip Shot drops it, and you drop to the floor. But if you get underneath and you jump up, Whip Shot will just send you higher into the air, but you could still land on high ground. Did you guys notice that? So watch this. What Infected does is, because they messed up their cooldowns. Remember this fight that Rupal messed up his cooldowns? He actually hits the whip here. But Infected is above the Brig, so he still lands on the Brig. So the adjustment that Vega needed to make, honestly, was probably take a deeper angle towards Ana and look for the whip this way. But honestly, it's just a good adjustment by Infected. So there's both cooldowns there, and now they've lost all the space. And now Infected still has the high ground. You see that? No, Infected did it. Like, Infected's the red Winston here. Surprised they didn't retake high ground here, frankly. I think they should have retaken high ground. Actually, I'm just noticing that. Nano whip, bash out. Pack, missed sleep dart, pack again. Inspire, naded Inspire plus armor pack is a lot of healing per second. If you guys ever watch like those broken healing clips that they post on Twitter, I saw another one today. Another support is definitely balanced. It's always with naded Inspire armor pack. Always. Naded Inspire armor pack. What's the math on that? What is armor pack? Is it 15 healing per second? Brax was saying, and the nade is what, 50% increased healing? What is nade? Somebody fact check me on this one. Plus the armor pack, no, it's 25 healing per second, plus so it's 40, and then it's like 60 or 70 healing per second, and then it's the burst heal from the armor pack as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of healing per second. Yeah. Right, so, so it's 100 over 2 seconds? Oh, so that's way higher. So it's like 100 and something healing per second. Yeah, so it's quite strong, and that's not even including if you stack the armor packs, right? It's usually on a Brig clip. Sometimes you'll have Kiriko moments in there as well with Nade or Suzu as well. But I mean that when you throw Nade, armor packs, and Inspire, and then you combine that with Rally, which also is overhealth generation, it is almost impossible to kill these two. But the problem, as you guys have already seen, and what's always failed to, it's not pointed out in those clips, is that forcing Nade, all the armor packs, Brig attention, Ana attention, whatever, is like, It's everything these guys have. You will lose fights, but if you're blowing your nade and armor packs defensively over and over and over again, it's everything that they have. And how many fights have we seen here where somebody, Rupal or Vega, screws up their cooldowns, and then they have to focus exclusively on keeping each other alive, and then the enemy backline just gets, or the enemy frontline just get, or their frontline rather, just gets toasted. Right. So, and the other thing too is like this backline is not even like that punishing either. Like outside of nade, you don't actually die diving on a brick. The damage of the backline is not very high, right? It's more about their utility. So like if you're a Winston, it's pretty hard to die versus an on a brick backline. It's pretty hard to kill them, but it's pretty hard to die versus them too. So it comes at a cost. That's an unfortunate missed whip shot. But you see what's happening, right? On a brick didn't die, but they lost the fight. Okay, let's take a look here. Blocks the hinder. Still trying to be in a position to help his backline while packing the Tracer. And he's predicting the Winston's going to come from this position. So he's trying to get himself in the best position to whip the Winston. Now, if you guys don't play in a Winston, if you're playing a Doomfist, if you're playing a Diva, if you're playing a Wrecking Ball, it's the same kind of thing. Try and find, predict, like track their position and try and find the location from where they're engaging from. Trying to find like the lane, for lack of a better term. And this could even help you with Lucio too. But he's constantly head on a swivel. You cannot tunnel this Brig. You always got to be checking your periphery. Constantly looking left, constantly looking right. He greets his whip shot there. Now that does get Inspire rolling, but that does open up the infected engage. I guarantee you he does not use his whip there if there's Nano or Primal. But because there's no Nano and Primal, because Cassidy is dead, he could be a little bit more greedy with it. Walking forward just a little bit there. He's kind of out of position here. I'm not going to lie. This is not a good rotation. I think he can retake top, though, off payload. Yeah, okay. A little bit careful there. Now Nano and Primal on the table, so Vega's got to be really smart, even with Rally. You don't want to get your Rally forced because you missed a whip. Bam. Kills the momentum, bashes out. Doesn't quite block the nade, but gets close to. There's the bubble. There's the Nano. Now they can actually walk forward to try and force the Primal. And or follow up off of their own team's pressure. Bashes away from the Winston. He goes, oh frick, I've messed up. Well, they haven't really messed up. They can actually trade now. Now he's Dive Brig. Now he's Dive Brig. He's got to stay close. Now this is the Brax Brig. He's trying to avoid Winston LOS, because remember, Brig damage versus Winston's not high. He also knows that there's still a Primal on field. And you can see a lot of times he's juggling his shield in there between swings too. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, let's see. Taking the high ground. Okay, backline's off. My Winston goes in. Bash. Whip shot, proc your Inspire early, pack my DPS. I don't need to be with my Ana because we talked about it earlier. My Ana's not in a position that they can dive in. So instead I'm going to help my Echo here. Walk forward. Again, walking forward, walking forward, walking forward, walking forward. Head on a swivel, head on a swivel. Where's my Echo? And now, do you see again the lane? This is the lane that we talked about, right? Now, he is risky in terms of being out in the open. So he's timing this around when his Winston has the enemy backline distracted and his Tracer. You see that? So then he opens up the lane to the dive tank that's going to dive close and try to land on the Ana. But because he's opened up the lane here, he in theory can kill the momentum on this whip shot. He greets it, and this is a window for infected. You see it? That's the mistake from Vega right there. You see it? So now he has to actually bash back. And he's actually pretty lucky that there wasn't any follow-up from Scissors or even a nade from Cal there. He's also lucky that Rupal is just a crack addict when it comes to the sleep darts. Whip is such a low cooldown, but there are windows of vulnerability versus good tanks. It's a crazy sleep dart from Cal. Double pack there for the extra burst heal, and yeah. Okay. Taking high ground, we talked about this already. He's gonna proc his Inspire early. He doesn't think he needs the whip shot as much in this in the position right now. Oh no, he probably wanted to land on that building. Playing safe, pocketing his tracer. Pocketing his tracer. Again, he's using his whip shot there because his position of his Ana is such that she's not really in a diveable location. She's super far back. Care Nano, Care Primal, they're saying. Care Nano, Care Primal. Oh, what the heck, dude? How does he hit that? Now, you might be thinking, why does Infected not just jump here? You could see actually Infected there. Okay, this is actually really funny. Check this out. Infected sees whip shot. Watch what Infected does. He turns around. Nanami, 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 nanami. Because he doesn't have whip shot. The problem is he gets the whip shot at the half the second than when he needs to. And then because he gets it too late, Infected isn't able to jump Vega. So he actually has to go here passively. Now, again, you're like, well, why doesn't Infected not jump here? He still has jump. There's no whip shot. Well, the problem is that to jump, he's going to have to leave his bubble, which means he gets slept instantly. And that's just something that Infected doesn't really want. Now, he probably could have, and then primaled afterwards, but yeah. Even, yeah, right, even Vega hitting the whip and then not shield bashing just to save the shield bash for primal there, just in case. I think yeah, this is where Vega, I think, kind of goes a little too far. I don't know what he was doing here. I think he was trying to enable Sugar Free on the angle. Gets a little bit greedy for what I felt like was a whip shot off of high ground or something. I'm honestly not sure what he was looking for here. But he ends up having to use his bash. He gets low. He pops his rally in a situation where there's no real punish off of it. So it's like, it's not only does it stop, there's no dive to stop, but it's just like nothing to stop, period. He does block that nade, and he does hit that whip, though. Doesn't get that engage. And you see that this is just not great play from Vega. This is kind of smooth, or not very smooth, a little bit clunky, and it's why they're getting choked out here. They're getting choked out. Yes, shielding the rotations, that is true, yes. And this is a situation where they're like, oh, guys, we messed up real bad. Vega's going to be bait. As long as Vega hits whip and doesn't get bubbled off, Rupal asleep and Nade can keep him alive. So Vega's going to play bait while also trying to pack DPS. Come on, peek me, Sugar Free. There you go. Greeds his whip, so he's vulnerable. This is where I probably would... This is where you could see, like, Infected needed to see this and just zone backline. If Infected drops on Vega now, Vega actually has to bash out, and then someone dies and gets bubbled off. So, but Infected is focusing the bubbling off the enemy tank too much, but he doesn't even do a good job of it. So that's a mistake from Vega and a mistake from Infected, and so Vega gets away with it. And just we see how they play Brig in those SIG BAP comps. Maybe some other time. That's a great question. There's just too much to look at, and I don't have any recorded. The replay codes got wiped, so sorry for the quality of recording. By the way, this is a little bit worse than I thought. Okay, retaking high ground. Now they have Nano. Still worry about Nano and Primal. He's going to use his packs here. He has to save that next pack. He's waiting. Watching for Nade. Oh, frick. And there's a goof on the Nano. That's a crazy pulse from Scissors. How much is the greedy whip shot? Just him trying to build ult charge since he's still low? Could be. Could be. But you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Greedy whip shot is probably something that you'd never really consider in ranked. But yeah. It matters. Now, that's a greedy whip shot, but it's not likely to matter because of how far away they are. Because even if they force it here, it's going to be hard to. Now, the nade might change that. The nade might change that. You see that immediately backs off. But yeah, it's more forgivable to be greedy with it as long as you're in a safe, very, very safe location. Oh, what a whip shot there. Wow. Oh! Nade from Rupal saves. I don't know why he stays here, honestly. I think he tries to bait the engage and the disengage. A whip shot is, I think, one of the more underrated, satisfying abilities to hit. And this is where I think we try to do the stagger. We talked about the stagger push with Rally. He's going to see somebody overextended. Yeah, he's going to see somebody overextended. He's like, guys, let's just push. Let's just push. Let's just push. Merritt just gets smoked. Then he's like, okay, watch out. We got to go for Tracer. I think he might try to cancel run there from the Malga. But yeah, either way. Okay. Split a little bit from his Ana because, again, remember, you see the lane here? Is he going to get the lane, though? Nope, misses it. Double pack for the burst, plus nade. He's not going to die. He goes back to peel just a little bit with Inspire. And he's good. You notice that he's also not packing randomly. Like, how many of you guys in this situation here would double pack, and then right now, everybody's safe or dead, and would pack that Ana right there? She's full. She's fine. The pack on the DPS there is way more important. And this is where we talked about he pushes forward. Quicks gets a pack on Sugar Free. Double pack on Sugar Free. Doesn't quite hit the whip. Pulls the attention, shields, and lives. The other thing with Brig as well is, like, you could push up and bait people's attention with shield. It's 250 free HP. So you can be kind of like a tiny little mini tank and absorb some attention here. Cast burst is just insane. Is the TLDR. Winston's low. Rally defensively. Ooh. Great whip there. And that's it, y'all. That's it. So really, really, really good play from both. Obviously, enough mistakes from us to learn from, but you can kind of see, like, why this is considered to be the best backline in NA right now. Okay. You guys want some Kea? Let me get some water. I'm out of water. Be right back. You guys have any questions about the Ana or the Brig here? We can do that now, actually. The armor buff is kind of bad for Brig. Depends. Depends. Burst damage hurts her a little bit more, so it's kind of interesting. I think Brig will feel worse versus her quote-unquote counters, which is definitely a tough one. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate that. It's very generous. Like, you're gonna have, like, a Pharah shot's gonna hurt more. A Hanzo shot's gonna hurt more. Anything that outranges you, Junkrat spam's gonna hurt more. But you're gonna feel a lot better versus the Tracer, because that armor is gonna reduce her damage more than it does right now. You're gonna get something closer to 50% damage reduction on Tracer damage rather than a 30%. So my opinion is that I think it's gonna feel a little bit worse, maybe a little bit better for, like, the team play Brig, but a little bit worse for the ranked Brig, because you're going to be playing more versus these poke comps, right? Where you need that 30% damage reduction on that first shot. Is Iliari good this patch? I'm not sure. Yeah, before the new, it was 30% overall. So, like, you take a Hanzo or a Pharah rocket or something, it's 30% reduction. But now it's only going to be a 5 damage reduction. So as Brig and ranked, I sometimes feel like I'm doing nothing, just waiting for Tracer to go for the Ana. Should I be doing the other thing is that the enemy comp is not full dive? Yes. So if you're playing Brig into not full dive, you have to be way more proactive with closing the distance on off angles and being like help people on off angles, take your own off angles, pressure DPS out of close range areas. You become a lot more proactive with how you have to play, not necessarily running it, because a lot of Brigs make one or two mistakes. They sit in the back line or AFK, or they sit in the front line. Really, you need to kind of live on the sides, and Brig wants to get close, but she doesn't want to get close to tanks usually. You want to get kind of closer or threaten your proximity on to squish your characters. Because those are the duels that even if you can't kill them, you can push them back, you can distract them, you can proc or inspire, and so on. So whenever you're playing Brig and ranked heroes are a lot more likely to be more poke characters, right? Poke characters are way more popular. Anas and Zens and Hanzos and stuff like that. And so you got to be a lot more proactive and creative with how you position stuff. And don't play tank Brig. Don't play AFK in your backline Brig, but somebody that lives more in controlling space. Yeah, Brig can deny tanks in a lot of way. Like if you guys have ever seen Sumito's Guide to Brig, his focus a little bit more on proccing your Inspire AoE on main and then kind of living the tank and getting value through tank trading like that. And that can work. I'm just not sure if it's always the most consistent depending on the enemy comp. But yeah, the big thing is you just don't want to be in melee range versus a tank. That's why you play Brig in these comps, is you're trying to prevent the Winston from getting what he wants, really. Yeah, Cassidy is just basically, it's really not deep. Cassidy versus Sojourn is Cassidy is really strong with neutral damage right now. He's really strong with neutral damage right now. And especially when you have players with this, like people, I think were sleeping on Season 9 when it came to the projectile changes. I played one game of Cassidy. In fact, it's one of the most popular clips in this channel. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm hitting like every shot and my mechanics are not even good. And that's all it is. It's not his nade. It's not particularly his ultimate, although his ultimate, they've been able to find some ways to get value out of it. It's a little bit of his role, but it's just, you just shoot shots. Yeah, Angry Avatar. Yeah, there are some tank matchups where you can contribute. Yes, absolutely. Sigma is one of them. Okay, let's look at some Kaya here, or Kaya. So Kaya, I'm going to actually pull up Kaya's Liquipedia here because it's a fun one. So there's a lot of great Junkrat OTPs, but there's really only one Junkrat OTP, to my knowledge, that has made their mark in the pro scene, and that is Kayoff. Swedish player, been playing for Oh Yeah for a long time, a long time. Only has been playing for Oh Yeah, a team that's been competing in European contenders for years and now competing in OWCS and did pretty well. If I remember, yeah, 7th through 8th in OWCS is pretty darn good. Like you got to keep in mind that like they're in the lobbies here with some real, like who did they beat? Let's actually check here. I mean, look at that. They finished 2-1. Who did they beat? They beat. Oh, they lost to Super Shy. That's tragic. Who did they beat? I want some detailed results here in the group stages. Just for fun here. Like they beat ATA. Who's ATA? Atraxia. Like this is a good team. This is Shockwave, Cloud, and Sauna. There's 2 Overwatch League players here and some other good. Gala and Canale. They beat that team, guys. MTB. Who's MTB? Metaboys. I don't know who Metaboys is. Metaboys sounds familiar. Who's Metaboys, guys? Maybe I'll know some of their players. Okay, I don't know their players. But yeah, anyway, long story short, but like they beat a team with freaking Overwatch League players, right? So anyway, long story short, this is all yeah. They're kind of a meme team. Chasm is on there. You guys know Chasm. Necros, obviously, you guys know Necros. Ken is a hitscan player that's been in the scene for a while. I think Ken is good. Hempig, a couple of other players as well. And yeah, Kaya is a Junkrat OTP and plays a lot of Junkrat. And that's pretty much it. So give a shout out to Kaya. I'll drop Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube as well in case you guys want to follow Kaya. Kaya, top 1 solo queue on Junkrat. That's crazy. Kaya, and Kaya. We'll forgive the anime profile picture there. Oh, wait a second. Oh, we were going to go to OBS Sojourn, I think we're going to use OBS Sojourn. So you guys are going to have probably slightly better quality. OTP is a one-trick pony. Just one trick. Just a one trick. Uses the initial mine on the doors for a faster rollout because you get the 2 back recharging. Junkrat is an assassin. Even with the loss of the 1-tap, the threat of assassination is the crucial thing. A lot of short-range pressure. He's even got the Shatter 2K spray, so we love to see it. Yeah, let's see what happens. Short-range off angles. Get in there. Don't just AFK spam.
You're supposed to stop them first.
I do stop.
Round 1.
No, it's all right. There's a rollout. Uses 1. Next one, short range to get a little bit more direct downwards approach. And the flanking is started. A little bit of spam here because he's scared of what... Oh, look at that. Already a direct. Flanking, flanking, flanking. Nobody's there. Trap for information. Spam on tank. Now, he has to be careful. We talked about he wants to close the distance, but he has to be cautious about when and where he closes the distance. Harissa can run him down. Tracer can run him down. So, he's good in small corridors, but he has to have his cooldowns on those corridors. He's also noticed that he's playing around when Chasm goes in. So ball goes in. Everybody freaking looks at ball. We know how that goes, right? And then that's when he looks for his angle, like this sight line here, to go for his 2-tap combo. And if you're, especially, the reason why that's important, there's 2 reasons. One is that you don't need your 1-tap if your ball is also getting a follow-up damage. And 2, people are not looking at you, they're looking at ball. So that you have the opportunity to close the distance and get to the range that you want to. You guys see it? Perfect angle there. Perfect angle, and obviously the mechanics of that are harder than it looks. I'm sorry. Maybe I can't be super serious in this review. Maybe we should not try to be super serious. We do have to realize that we are looking at Junkrat players, and Junkrat players are the most role-playing one-tricks in the game. A little spam there, a little spam there. He's trying to sniff. He's getting a little silly with it. Puts the trap on point, gets destroyed, buys attention, buys time. That was a prediction combo on Tracer. I respect it. Again, finds the lane. That's a huge eat from Amelia because Kaya wanted to disengage there. It was a little too close. He's a little low. Oh, what was that? No way. I have not seen this. Wow. Whoa. The pivot. Yeah. My guy is 50 HP and just like another day at the office. Traps Arissa because why not? He's just constantly throwing the freaking trap. Another combo there doesn't quite hit. And again, you notice he's always playing off of Chasm's timing, and he's really not getting super silly with the positioning. As long as he's got a little bit of an off angle here with a lane, he doesn't really need to do anything else different. All right. Trap is placed in the area where the enemy team wants to go. Like, it is so annoying to have to destroy a trap mid-push. Like, right now. Look at this here. He tries to predict where Kiriko goes. She ends up strafing the opposite direction. Not the end of the world. Drops the trap as well. And the Kiriko either has to stop and shoot, or she just ignores it, or somebody else, or she doesn't see it at all, right? And the other thing too is there's so much crap in this one space, and sometimes it's not even easy to see a trap in the middle of a Kitsune rush, right? So he uses his mind to disengage the push. Really important that he's not only using his minds for aggression. He's using it, if they push him, he disengages out. He's anticipating this stuff. And then in the midst of this chaos, Riptire. He's looking, is anybody going to push me? Is anybody going to push me? Is anybody going to push me? Nobody's pushing me. Nobody's pushing me. They're too smart to push him. Is he going to get a kill here? I don't know if he is. Look at this guy. This. Oh, he's won? Oh, he doesn't die. It forces Suzu, though. But yeah, notice that his first response with Tyra was to defend himself. He's expecting somebody to go, oh, let's go kill the Junkrat. So actually, versus inexperienced Junkrats, it's a free kill. You just kill the guy who's standing there like, you know, look like a moron, right? But versus experienced Junkrats, a lot of experienced Junkrats camp their bodies first. So just keep that in mind. Back on the lane. He's by himself. And so there's 2 things to point out here. First off, he's by himself. So he's like, oh, I don't want to hold this right because if this Tracer pushes me, I'm not getting any help. The second thing here is the window. Now, I am going to give a hot take here, and I actually don't think that he should have gone all the way back to his team. I think he should have held the corner here. I don't like shooting through window if your entire team is already shooting through window. You guys know Spilo, angles, angles, angles. More people on window, the more people get shot by people countering the window. Like, look at this beat engage, right? Kai is kind of screwed now. You see that? So Kai actually gets screwed by going back to try and shoot through window. So I think that was a mistake. Back on the angle. He needs help. He needs help. He's expecting... I wonder if Tracer's in this room. Where's Tracer? Where's Tracer? Chasm kind of clears it out for him. Finds the lane. Finds the lane. Okay, is that Orisa going to push me? No. Notice he's not really using his mines just yet. He's just waiting until he gets closer and or sees an opportunity for a one-shot. Or... there's the trap. He's got to be careful now. He doesn't have a mine to disengage. Playing around Chasm's timing. And you notice that even like the way that he aims his shots here. I want you guys to predict here. If you're Cassidy here, where are you going to roll? Think about it. You just got slammed by a ball here. Are you going to roll towards the guy that just slammed you? No. You're going to roll away. You're going to roll to the other corner. So look at where Kaya puts the shot. Right? He predicts Cassidy is going to roll away from the threat. And this is done in a millisecond. And don't sit here and tell me that this isn't on purpose. This guy is top 1 Junkrat in the world. He's calculating this in milliseconds. Nah, that wasn't 2 random mines. That wasn't 2 random mines. It was calculated. There was a window there. So right here, for example, there's a lane there. There's a Kiriko. She doesn't see. She gets a little lucky, I think. There's an opportunity there. There's another one right there. Another combo right there. Cassidy right there. I mean, you just have to go for this. They're not consistent, but those are the combos. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for combos. You see that? Even the little flick there. He fires the second one in the same direction. So what ends up happening is that Cassidy jukes the shots, but because he refuses to go this direction, he gets killed by the BAP instead. Where's the lane? Where's the lane? Where's the lane? Where's the lane? There's the lane. He's got to be careful now because he's got to be worried about Orisa. There's the combo. And you notice that last mine is saved to keep himself alive. You see that? Just in case. There's the trap on the push. He gets javelined. And he tries. It actually looks like he tries to... No, he trusts the lamp. He trusts the lamp there. That was a big combo if he hits it. It's risky, though. It's risky. He's trusting his support backup. There's another trap. That poor Kiriko. Sitting in the Kitsune rush. There's the combo. Doesn't quite get it. Trap prediction. Another combo. Doesn't quite get it. He's got to be careful. He needs to get out here. Needs to get out. Needs to get out. Needs to get out. Man, he's so trusting of his Baptiste. Like, that is insane. And he gets value out of it, too. Another combo attempt. And again, this whole room is a death trap because it's a short sightline off angling. Junkrat is really difficult to play versus mini comps. Bodyguarding, bodyguarding, bodyguarding. Junkrat, the way that he is played by most players in ranked, is not hard to play. But to play him at this level versus these compositions on these maps, it requires a lot of skill.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round.
You guys want to see something? You guys want to see something? I have a dark, dark, dark secret. Yeah, Junkrat's probably pretty strong on that point. Play time on Junkrat. I mean, 43 hours isn't nothing, guys. You guys want to know an even darker secret? Oh, yeah. Little bit of rat in the death match. Okay. I used to watch Junkrat play. Junkrat was one of the DPS characters I enjoyed watching when I was new to the game. Oh no, he messed up the rollout. Everyone point and laugh. Everyone point and laugh. Now, this is interesting. If you were to hold me to try to predict where Kaya would roll out, I would never guess right side. The question is why is Kaya rolling out right side when left side is a short range off angle? Well, there's a really simple answer to this. This is the level of thinking that this guy does. If he goes left side, they don't have a frontline tank, right? They have a ball. So Orissa's just going to sit here and live. He doesn't want to get close to Orisa. Orissa's a problem, right? Orisa, Lucio, SMS. So he actually has to sneak around the Orisa, right? And find a way to close the distance, but without running directly into the Orisa. That's why he's taking this angle. He can't go top left. He just run right to the Orisa. So what he's actually done is he is on the flank. He's on the flank! It's the stupidest angle, and he's still hitting directs. He has more ult charge than his Cassidy! There's the combo. Combo doesn't work. There's the trap. Playing around Chasm's timing. Chasm is in. Can he get the combo? Not quite. And now he's got to be careful. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no, he gets too greedy. He gets too greedy there. He got a little bit too open there. He needed to hug the right wall there, and dying with 2 mines there is war crime. He does this every time in this map. That's wild. And so who's the crazier person? Kaya or you watching his Twitch VODs? Actually, I respect it. Zell, thank you for the sub. You will be MTing me? Yeah, that's a cap.
Anyways, I will be.
That is a big cap. Short angle, short spam angle. Oh my days, the damage there is insane. And notice he's trying to like arc it over the Orisa too, because he's not going to get a one-tap on Orisa, right? And so now he's going to hold left side, but he's ready. That Orisa's going to push me. That Orisa's going to push me. That Orisa's going to push. You see it? Oh frick, I got to get out. He's used both mines. Oh dear. Yeah, that was just honestly a little bit of trolling. He did not need to use that last mine there. He probably needed to use that last mine to disengage. However, it was very expensive for them to kill him. It took a lot of ult. I mean, they pulsed Noon, Kitsune, Orisa ult, basically solo ult to the Junkrat there. And so maybe, oh yeah, capitalizes off of that, and it does look like they do. You're a Kaya mod? Matt, guys, Kaya mods are the exception to the Discord Twitch mod rule. I hear they all have 6-packs. Yeah, see, that's the problem, is you go, oh, this is the Junkrat team, the Junkrat players. Oh, trolling, like, why are they playing Junkrat, right? But then you end up putting too many resources into Junkrat, and yeah, the guy dies, but then the rest of his team kills you. Because all Kaya's getting is a Suzu, you know? Whereas they're putting a lot more than a Suzu in a Kaya. So as long as he has the initial starting position, your Kaya's willing to just spam down this angle. You have a Chasm Twitch founder badge. The Chasm's pretty good too. Ooh, he's got to be careful. So this is where he's pretty much just spamming, because all he's doing is controlling an angle. You will do that sometimes as Junkrat, even at higher level. Trusting his heals, and wait for it. Wait for it. There's the combo. I'm going to use that path in your games. Surely you will not throw your games. Surely. Surely that will work. Oh, he almost got the Tracer there. Again, like, look at the lane there. Oh, those traps are so annoying. A little too close there. He's trusting the Kitsune rush for the faster cooldowns in the faster pocket, though. Look at this guy. He's probably going to die for this. Look at this guy. He just got Suzu and Lamp. What is my brother doing? He's getting a little lost in the sauce there. I'm not going to lie. This is insane heal pocket. I'm not going to lie. This should be a Baptiste Kiriko VOD review as well. I'm not going to lie. Look at this. Junkrat is the main character, guys. Junkrat is the main character. There's the disengage, and that's it. That is it. Raid boss Junkrat. Okay, we only have time for one more map, guys. Would you guys prefer to watch New... Oh, guys, we haven't watched New Junk City. The name is New Junk City. For crying out loud. We have to watch New Junk City.
4, 3,
It's Junkrat. It's Junkrat place. 1, 2. And notice he saves the last 2. Doesn't care about the rollout now. He needs his combo. There's the lane. You guys see the lane? Now, some of you guys might be wondering, why would he not go left side and spam down that sight lane? I'm actually not too sure. That might be something that they might have tried. It might be too easy to clear them out with like Tracer Kiriko or Tracer Lucio. So, yeah, I'm not sure. He isn't really controlling an angle here. He's just controlling a lane. Although, I guess now that there are Orisas on the flank here, I guess they do have a crossfire here. So I guess this is an angle. Interesting. Ah! I would have preferred him just to stay there, I think. I think they're trying to channel the enemy team into one lane. Which maybe that's what Junkrat's good at. We talk about off angles, but you want to talk about a character that if you were to channel everybody into one small room and just run at each other, Junkrat is probably the best DPS character in the game. Maybe even better than a Bastion at that. So, talk about a DPS character that maybe doesn't always have to angle, and just spam a lane. Sometimes that is appropriate. Depends on the situation. Got a 5k tire versus sheer cold in this map. Maybe we'll have to find it. We have the VOD. I might have to, when we're done with this review, maybe we'll go back. There's the combo, and there's the angle, right? So he doesn't have a sight lane anymore because the enemy team is spread out. So now he goes for the assassination style, right? He's looking for those angles. Oh, I thought that was going to hit. No Orisa cooldowns. Let's push the Orisa. Careful of rail. More spam on the sight line. Combo to try and hit the Kiriko. Disengage. Trap is used. Oh, he doesn't have the rollout. The beat's there just in time, though. So it's always that trap, no pun intended. There's the defensive. The trap, no pun intended, of do you use those greed, those mines when the enemy team pushes you? Or do you save one mine to disengage? You know what I'm saying? It's so tricky. You got to make that decision. Because sometimes if you're just able to stay and just greed your mine, you don't even need to worry about being pushed. Several thousand would be my guess, Chills. Yeah, I see he does seem to favor the greed a little bit, but to give credit, they seem to play a lot around them pocketing him. There's the Pharah. Angle, sightline. So when you're playing versus Pharah, you just need to stay away from the Pharah. The good news is that this map is open enough, and Ken is a really good hit scan, that Ken can control a sightline and just really control the number of areas the Pharah can play. So he could kind of take this solo flank here and not worry about the Pharah because Ken's got his back, right? Look at this, guys. Oh, this is so much damage. Oh, that's so much damage. Even though it doesn't get a kill, the enemy team literally has to beat defensively from 1 mine and 1 grenade. Because you guys remember, Junkrat's damage is AoE. Oh, this is going to be ego. So if the enemy team is clumped, there are very few characters in the game that can do more damage than a Junkrat versus a clump target. A little messy there from, oh yeah. One fight, the guy gets traded. What do you think junk buffs will be? I don't know. I don't think they'll buff his one tap. I don't think they're going to give that back. They didn't do it with Symmetra. I don't think they're going to give it back. Again, taking a lane. Oh, he's going to also try to combo with the Orisa ultimate there. Even versus the fortified Orisa, the damage is pretty decent. There's the flank. Oh, he almost got it. He did get it. He gets the zoning value. Yeah, I don't know what the Hanzo buff's going to be. I still think it's not going to be a one-shot. I think there's going to be some sort of like quality of life or things like that. But yeah. Okay. Rollout time. Where's the angle? Where's the angle? Where's the lane? Riptire used early here. And that's mostly just to help them take space. It just causes chaos. He may not even get a kill there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Uh-oh, the Pharah found him. He needs to get out, needs to get out, needs to get out, needs to get out, needs to get out. Trust the beat. Notice that he didn't disengage there. Why? Because the beat was coming in. So he doesn't need to use his mine. I don't like his position here. It's just a little too naked for me. Yeah, you can tell. It just feels a little bit too open. Since Overwatch 2, yes, Phantasm. I've done several. A lot of them have been off stream. I'll talk. Remind me Mercy after this map is done, and I'll tell you part of the reason why I don't get as much Mercy VODs. But I have done some. I would look on my YouTube channel, or Spilo tube, or Spilo coaching. Finds his lane. Again, no angle needed. You just spammed on the sight line. Again, there is not a better character than Junkrat at this. Oh my gosh. I mean, look at that. Look at his ult charge. Look at this ult charge. 34, 36, 42, 44, 46, 54, 58, 61, 62, 64, 70, 75, 79, 80, 82, 83, 85. I mean, come on, guys. This is ASMR right here. You guys have to love it. Are you not entertained? This is so satisfying, man. Gets him off the high. Now, this is hard. They're super far away. He managed to hit just... Oh, look at that direct. Oh, let's go. That was kind of silly. He should have gone for the high ground with that Riptire. That was a little silly, but man, come on. Whew. Okay, so they messy fight, but they end up winning. Oh, hey, Hempe. Just spamming down the sideline, spamming down the lane. Yeah, see, Junkrat is like one of the few characters that can actually do damage to Orisa, even fortified. Javelin Spin is tricky. There's the flank from Soldier. Junkrat is weak to flankers, but it becomes more of a skill check, right? Like, you have to be able to... Okay, that's a little bit unfortunate. It was just poor timing there. Poke... Long-range characters and flankers can be tricky with Junkrat. I wouldn't say a counter, it just becomes more of a skill check. And at this rank, it is a counter. You see, like, the further these fights are out, the more problems Kaya has. And part of it also has to do with the point. The point is so open. It's so difficult for you to get... like, the initial sightline was good, but once the fights expand out... Like, right now, like, this is where Junkrat's really weak. And so this is where Kaya really has to utilize his team's pressure to be able to close the distance. Like, his Orisa, his Lucio pushes forward, so he's able to push forward. But then now it's like, okay, well then now what do I spam? There's really nothing to reach. So he may even have to be happy here with just punishing Orisa and trying to not get picked off by that Soldier. Or just sniping people from across the map. That also works. He's good versus flankers in close range, but the thing with flankers is flankers can take angles on you and play poke, right? You could actually poke out Junkrat. That's the thing with flankers. It's like they are not exclusively short range. Junkrat is just his projectiles move too slowly to consistently do it. It is a skill check, right? Like, if you can manage your distance and your cooldowns, it can be really difficult too. He's an awkward character. Most close-range characters in Overwatch have mobility. And Junkrat's mobility is probably the worst out of all the close-range characters. But yet he has the highest burst combo. Like, even a Reaper has significantly better mobility than Junkrat. You still have to use your mobility to be effective, but you're not good at it compared to other characters. Again, he finds his sight line there. You guys see that? He's always finding his lane. Always finding his lane. And even an Orisa has to be scared of a Junkrat. Careful of Kitsune. Mei, yeah, but see, Mei has more poke options than Junkrat does. Mei's poke with icicles is actually pretty legitimate there. But see, when they get close to him with Javelin Spin, it's hard for them to keep him up. How does he use the trap? Just to be annoying. Usually to discourage them pushing him. So sometimes he'll just throw it. Sometimes, oh, that's a nice shot. Sometimes he'll just put it where that Orisa or Doomfist might engage him just to be a nuisance. Bodyguard sees nothing. Now he's got to trust his team. Look at the space that they're getting off of this Riptire. Look at the space they're getting off of this Riptire. The entire map just vacates. I don't know, Pebbles. I have no idea. It might be that You know, Kaya is just very clearly very flexible, like playing versus whatever. He's not always the best pick, but he knows what he's doing. That's a question for their team. But clearly the results have been okay. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, I want to see this 5K rip tire here you guys are telling me about. Do you guys remember when it was in New Jungle City? Was it earlier or later? I guess we could just skip to his rip tires. That would be easy enough. Okay, here we go. So let's look at this fight in context. He gets a lane. This is a much more brawly comp. Now, I actually like Junkrat a lot better versus a composition like this. This is a slightly different meta, but man, there's a lot of clump stuff. The Sombra is on an angle. You got to worry about that. But man, there's so much body with the Reaper hugging the Malga that there's more meat to spam. Like when even in pro leagues, you would sometimes see Junkrat played in Legion Tower Control Center just because that map just like keeps everything tight, right? We talk about like where's Junkrat's strengths, right? So even like the Reaper matchup is not an easy matchup. Like Junkrat, I think, is actually better than Reaper a lot of time in a 1v1. Oh! Cooldown's forced. There's Wraith. Oh, that is disgusting, man. That is the mother of all riptires right there. This is a professional match versus a really good team. Really good team. EMP Jax as well, yes. They were trying to EMP the Mei ult. And I think they just trusted that the Riptire would be hiding, and he did not hesitate there. He just went. No, EMP does not stop Tire. They lost this game. That's crazy. Yeah, you can EMP Mei ult. Yep, can EMP your Result as well. But you can't EMP Tree from Life Weaver for whatever reason. So yeah, Kaya, great player. Honestly, a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoy watching high-level Junkrat play. I think he's one of the few one-trick goofy characters that's a lot of fun to play. I think there's more fun to watch than a lot of the other goofy one-tricks. The Lost 3-2 was a good match, yeah. Well, Sheercold's a good team. Zodiel, obviously, Will. A lot of these guys are good players, so. You can also just hack Hackers Ultimate, yeah. Okay, any questions with Jung? Obviously, again, I would say that Kaya's play maybe a little bit more representative of the ranked experience than maybe the Rupal Ana and Vega Brig, but there's definitely some things that are a little bit more unique, obviously, like how resource dependent he is. But any questions about Junkrat? I also have a collaboration with Flame himself, who's another great European Junkrat one-trick on YouTube. You guys can check that out too. Isn't Simwall and Tree canonically the same kind of tech? I mean, yeah, for sure. Review Chasm gameplay, we don't have time. I actually we have to get into Pugs relatively soon. This person's Mercy question. Okay, yeah, so the Mercy question, it's a good one. So let me actually check. How many Mercy VODs do I have? I would have to think I have a couple. Maybe 5 or 6. So you should always check the Coaching VOD Compendium in my Discord. That's going to be the best way to do it. So go into Coaching VOD Compendium. Let me actually make sure this is working right. Yeah. And then you're going to go up here and then you're going to go look in channel Coaching Compendium. And then you're just going to type Mercy. 14. So a lot more. Diamond, Platinum, Silver, Platinum, Diamond, the Complete Mercy Guide, Grandmaster Mercy, Silver Mercy, Plat Mercy, Gold, Diamond. Whoops, what's wrong with my scroll wheel? Grandmaster, Gold, and so on. But it is rarer than let's say if we look up like Brigitte, right? Not as popular as Mercy in 11, and you look at a character like Ana, and there's 52. My impressions with Mercy is that generally, a lot of Mercy players are not as competitive. Like you even see this in pick rates and higher ranks. They're not as competitive with the character. They treat the character more casually. And also a lot of the Mercy players generally have content creators that they already go to, like Sugesti and Neandra and such. And that if they were to go for coaching or advice or whatever, they'd get more for feedback from those content creators rather than going for somebody like me. Do I have a Torb one in there? I don't know. I don't know. How do I do this? No, I don't. Frick, man. Freaking Torb. I do have a Torb one in my complete DPS guide. There was one in Overwatch 1, yeah. There definitely was one in Overwatch 1. Let me actually look at my channel here.
In this day and age, it's...
Torbjorn. Yeah, see, Plat Torb. The complete... This one, I've talked about this one before. The Torbjorn section of this is pretty good. It's pretty good. Hi, what other tanks do you think we should learn if I want to main Roadhog? What's counter on every map that's very bad for him? Whatever tank that you enjoy. I would say try to get a tank with some mobility, if possible. I don't know. I think it's up to you. I think really anything can complement a Roadhog, unless it's Malga, because Malga and Roadhog are gonna have similar issues. But really, any other tank, Winston, Sigma, Zarya, Diva, whatever one that you enjoy the most. You will get Torb coaching. Lovely. Yeah, so no Torb really. How old is this one, guys? Let's see.
How do you play Torbjorn? Why do you play Torbjorn? What's he good at? Because team moves to take angles separately.
Take angles, guys. Angles. Bro, something like that. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Play dive Reinhardt. Yeah, that'll do it, chat. Surely that will do it. Such a cool HUD. It's an old HUD. Spilo review for sure. Skip to a random part and I hear take angles. Always. I guess we could do a little bit of Ask Spilo while we're waiting. We could do Patreon priority here. So let's go through and let's do a little bit of Ask Spilo. In your opinion, what is the... Okay, I need to always zoom in here. Okay. In your opinion, what are the 5 biggest fun killer heroes in the game? Hog, Malga, Widow, Lifeweaver, Sombra, maybe Hog. Yeah, something like that. I think Malga, definitely. What are my thoughts about feet? What do you mean? Orisa, maybe. Orisa's more of a tank fun killer. But there are characters I think that can be worse. But yeah, I agree. Orisa is a fun killer. Questions only. Is Venture Ult a good combo for Nano? No. Not... You want... When you're nanoing, you want like... consistent value, and I think Venture's ult's too easy to disengage, so you run the risk of potentially wasting 2 ultimates. I don't think Nano Venture's too bad depending on their position, but I think it's risky. Okay, let's see here. More Patreon questions. Even better question. Have you ever wished you could trade your ability to coach with the ability to be halfway decent at the game? Bro, this guy. Get out of here, chicken. Even greater than better question. What is Overwatch? Who are you? Okay. This is the type of person. This is the thing. There's a common denominator here. Somebody who pays me money and brain dead behavior. Why is APAC so strong in Overwatch compared to other regions? I used to play a ton of Siege and watch esports. APAC was considered the worst region. Stuff snowballs. I don't think that there is a possible answer to this question that can be answered without going back to 2017 and finding out what happened back then. Did it just click better with the Korean audience? Were there better Korean streamers that picked it up, that motivated the audience? Were the heroes that Korean players like to play because of Miro liking Winston somehow translate to better skill other than that? Because you're right. Like if Korean, Western, Asian culture is just better, then why don't they dominate everything? Well, there's something, it has to be deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? It has to be deeper than that. So I'm not really sure. There's a lot of possibilities. Could be that the culture of the people, the streamers that initially got into Overwatch resonated more with the Korean audience. Maybe the heroes that they liked were more skillful, which led to just in general a more healthy competitive scene. It could also be that the professional scene was better developed, So encourage players to grind more early on, which again, that snowballs into culture. I don't think you'll find an answer to that now. I think you actually have to go back in time and find out what started the snowball here. You know? What do you think makes Overwatch unique compared to other shooters? Uniqueness of each kit is by far the most, I think, unique thing. Is how every kit feels just like totally unique. I was a big enjoyer. Whenever I played shooters prior to Overwatch, I just liked playing like mystery weapons and like me and my buddy would do Halo 1v1s with mystery weapon swaps, even with like the OP weapons. So it was just fun, you know. It was just fun to like random rollouts and just try different things. And like I felt like Overwatch did that in a different way. Unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited games but no games. You mean no bacon? I'm not a huge fan of normal bacon, so I'll skip the bacon. There's so many other meat out there. Now, if you said no meat but unlimited games, I probably would have to go with the meat, to be honest with you guys. Unlimited games but no games? I think Zelly is schizo. Unlimited games but no games, or games on unlimited games but... Okay. Zelly, once again, somebody who pays me money and may or may not need medication. Okay. Let's go back to the non-Patreon questions. We'll get at least a couple of these done. I'm so bad. There's so many of them. Okay. No, it's Alexa question. It's Alexa question. Hold me, chat. Hold me. Hold me. Hold me. How old is this guy? Bro, I don't know, man. Oh, Alexa. Say your team mainly plays 2 comps, a brawl and a dive comp. How do you approach goal setting for a scrim? You set goals for the brawl comp, you set goals for the dive comp, or you set goals for your communication, which applies to both comps. You need to have goals for both comps, though. You shouldn't have a map where you don't have any goals at all. You should have a little goal for each of them, or something that applies to both, like communication. Yes, that's it. I swear, Lexa, oh, please, Lexa, please. Ball tips on how to peel from a backline. Don't, ever, almost ever. The only exception would be if there's literally no backline on the enemy team to dive at all. They all hard dive your backline, then you could just slam in, drop mines, and so on. Hey, Spilo was in Commander X's chat. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Strongly positioning the Sojourn into Winston dive comps. Instinct tells me to take off angles, but that leaves me isolated and easy to dive. That's why you have slide. That's why you have slide. If you're forcing Winston jump and bubble as Sojourn, you're doing your job. Yay! Just don't die. Slide and don't die. This is the passive-aggressive ass Spilo arc. Jacob's lost it. You know I've messed up because I'm using my real name. I'm losing it. Spilo, what do you think of this? I just thought of a caster. This is going to sound pretty generic, but a lasso that plays like Malga ult because it's attached to a cast. The enemy doesn't have cooldown. Range locks. Tracer can recall and break it, but it can't blink too far. I don't know if I like about the lasso idea. I think that like we have to be really careful with CC. You'd have to limit test it more. Replace this roll with a punch that knocks back enemies a bit, and if it charges, knocks him back. And if he wants, he can cut the lasso with his punch. I understand what you're saying. It's some interesting ideas. Whenever people come up with interesting ideas, I'm always be like, oh, interesting idea. I don't really know. I have to put more thought into it. Maybe something to throw into a custom game sometime and see how it goes. Yeah, maybe I'm a bot tracer, but how do you duel Hanzo? Movement. Remember, he's vulnerable when he's shooting. After he's shooting, because he has to duck his arrows. Also, Storm Arrow is not your friend. Bait Storm Arrow and live pressure afterwards. Movement is everything with Hanzo. Make him move his crosshair. Time your shooting between his shots. When he is shooting at you, your priority is movement, not shooting. How many hours should it take to get top 500 and stay top 500? Something I watch PC. Get GM in 3 seasons, but I keep getting hard like 1 to 3 rings below top 500. I only have 500 hours a game. You need a lot more than that, I would say. But if you are already in Grandmaster, you need to be asking yourself, how am I training right now? How do I improve the quality of what I'm doing right now? Not just in game, but out of game too. Have I watched this year's Dune? Yes. Did you enjoy it? Yes. Did you read the book? No. I have too many other things to read. I've heard too many mixed things about the book to really be able to bite. I've already gotten deep down they cooked too much fantasy train, and so I realize you have to be very careful when you swallow a fantasy series whole. There's too many of them out there. And you could be a little bit, afford to be picky. Another Tracer question. I've watched a couple of the Sochi sessions. You don't mention timing unless it's particularly bad. The fight has already been lost. At what point should you disengage to wait for the next fight? If the fight's already lost, disengage. Or just kamikaze, die, go, reset next time. It's up to you. Timing is more about like, are you pressuring when your team is pressuring? If the fight's already lost, disengage. If the fight's, or get a trade. What are your opinions on the new Reddit layout? I don't like it. I really don't like it, honestly. I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's much more clunky for me, but it's hard to judge something super early. Hello, Spilo. I'm stuck in plat for like 2 or 3 months. That's not that long. And I feel like I'm just wasting my time with this new stupid system, plus my bad teammates since I started taking comp seriously, but I feel like I have to rank up. I feel like I rank all down all the time. Yeah, inconsistency is normal. Everybody does it. Literally everybody. 100% people will go up and down. I'm also more trying like best DPS to counter. I play the best tank for this rank that I'm at. I've acknowledged to counter the enemies. Also, the main reason I'm hard to is because stop trying to counter the enemy tanks. Play the characters that you enjoy. Play the character until you're good at the characters, and stop trying to counter the enemy tank. That's why you're hard stuck, or one of the main reasons why you're hard stuck. I have a thrower every game. You don't. You're just bad. If you can read this, tell me extra tips to rank up if you can. Play consistently. Play the same characters. Focus on what you need to be doing better. That will also make you enjoy the game better because you won't feel like you're a victim every freaking game. I swear, guys, this stuff, it just happens. It happens. Now, I know I'm being harsh here. You know what it is, guys? Okay, there's been a lot of whiners on my Twitter feed. There's been a lot of whining in the content creator Discord about the season from a certain role that has been whining nonstop and tends to whine nonstop. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. You are the problem. Focus on yourself. Enjoy the game. Season 10 to Season 9, the game is not that much different. If it's different, it's luck or the problem's you. Focus on yourself. That could be all 3 roles. That's true. That's true. No, it's actually not tank. That's actually not tank. Malga hot take balance idea. I think they should increase the accuracy of him using both guns, but lower the damage when using both and have a significant fallout damage. My idea with this change set up close to like a rank ball shooting you with kind of boost, but he's so focused was getting the reason for it. It's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. I see exactly what you're saying. It's an interesting idea. I want to know what your thoughts on this. Sounds like you had some ideas from what I saw. Reduce tank health, armor shields by 45 to 5%. That's a lot of reduce incoming damage. This would make healing too strong. So I think you got the right idea, but if you nerf health pools too much and just have an incoming damage reduction, you basically almost double the effectiveness of healing. You almost double the effectiveness of healing. Because think of it this way. A fully charged Widow headshot does 300 damage, right? Am I correct? You cut that down by 40%, and then it also stacks with existing armor. A Widow headshot would be healed by Ana healing you once. Actually, it would be more than that, right? You kind of see what I'm saying? Yes, Lexa, if you're practicing 2 comps, have a goal for each comp, or have one goal that applies to both comps. For example, communication. But yeah, I appreciate that you're looking at more systemic stuff. It's clear that you and the devs are kind of on the similar page where they're looking at more like systemic stuff, which I appreciate. I think the big thing with the developers is that they need to do systemic changes, but then they also need to do hero-specific changes to problematic characters. If I'm playing Doomfist, what should my game plan be when they go Arista Hog? Avoid them, and bait. Avoid and bait. Yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible to be able to bait everything. If they literally go this, like 3 or 4 counters, you should probably swap. I hate to say it, but it is really impossible to play around 3 Cs. The good news is that if you, for whatever reason, you can, your positioning is elite, your mechanics are elite, you're canceling hack, you're disengaging, they're going to throw literally everything into you, and your team's just going to wipe the floor with them. So I guess it's like, you need to be like, how many counters can I play into without breaking? Because the more counters that you play into, the more value you get from bite and distraction and baiting abilities. You're welcome. What should a Tracer OTP's ideal flex hero be? Doesn't matter. It does not matter. There's not, like, Tracer's so freaking flexible that, like, you don't even necessarily need another character unless you're just playing for fun. But see, the Pharah is not even a good swap versus Tracer because it just isolates somebody else, right? You could avoid the Pharah and find something else. I mean, yeah, maybe a Circuit Royale or Havana, but then you already know the answer to that, right? Probably something like a Poe character. Is that the roles aren't differentiated enough to keep the game germane to the tank discussion. Let's talk. I think the biggest issue thing is that all roles have XCC, which is the job of support and tank would feel a lot better. DVS having SMEs every character they counter you. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting idea where you're thinking about like having every role having access to things like a CC does mean that you can stack the dice versus that one character. The problem is why do people always obsess about the tank? You know, there's two different ways that you can look at it, but I don't disagree. I'm just not sure how I feel about cleanses, honestly. Because the problem with cleanses is oftentimes that there are skill-less solutions to skillful abilities. Not Discord necessarily, maybe not even Nade. But it is something that has always been problematic with cleanse, I think. Lexa! I looked over some Sojourn and Scream and fell asleep. Also, I was not doing a lot of premium. I should have been doing. Wait, we had a coaching session since this, right, Lexa? Here's the answer with Sojourn. What is enemy T playing? What angle should I play? Do damage. Okay. You're overthinking. This is where I could see the overthinking bleeding into the paper. Or maybe it's just my cataracts. Okay, how do you take off angles when playing against a Sombra? Track her positioning as best as you possibly can. Predict where she's at. She can't be everywhere at once. So if you hear her, you see her, then you solve the problem, right? Verticality helps. It also depends on the character. Like, if I'm playing like a Cassidy, a Sombra hacking me, like that's a risk for the Sombra too. There are certain characters like a Widowmaker that, yeah, you're not going to really have much of a chance versus a Sombra. So you do have to take more conservative off angles, at least until you know where she is. But there are a lot of DPS and supports that are not like, oh, I'm instantly dead if Sombra finds me. So cover can help, mini health packs can help, tracking her positioning at the start can definitely help. Let's do one more. I've been helping with my friend's collegiate team by scrimming with them and VOD reviewing with some of their players, but their biggest problem seems to be a culture of tilting, which is a self-reinforcing as pretty happy player dooming mid-match. To the point that's compromising performance, making the team look bad. I'm on speaking terms with the coach. I'm wondering how to go about leveraging the opportunity, going adult storm mental and being a healthy atmosphere. There really isn't a very easy way of doing that. I think the best thing that you could do is have an open conversation where, like, okay, when you're trying to get somebody to get off of alcohol, they have to think that getting off of alcohol is a good thing. So they need to see they need to understand how it's hurting them. So you need to have a conversation where, like, and most people with tilt do realize that it's a problem because they do know how it feels. But there needs to be, like, a lot of times when I've worked with teams that are tilting, we have this long conversation about, like, why it's demotivating, why it's frustrating. You know, I hate when you guys do this, or it really frustrates me when this person is. And this is a big, like, almost therapy session where it's like we identify that this is making us play worse. And it's incredible how much more motivated people are to fix things when they can go, ow, this is hurting me. So if you could get to the point where they're willing to admit that, yes, I don't like this is hurting my own self-interest, then it's easier to set small goals of what we could do to deal with tilt when it happens, whether it's taking a break or having one person have the responsibility of, or staying on our system. And then I think the other thing that gets overlooked is like taking proactive action, like taking breaks, setting goals, and really a culture of tilting is a culture of mental weakness, and that's never going to be fixed quickly. In fact, it never really ever gets fixed. You just have to crack at it over and over and over again until it's slowly improved. It's like any other skill. But you can start to develop that skill once the players actually recognize that it is a really, really bad problem. And yes, I exactly, Chills. It starts with having that conversation with like how it's affecting everyone around them, because everyone's willing to like point fingers about like how the tilt's affecting them, but they also need to be confronted. And I think like this is where like I don't think you want to point fingers, but you do need to have open and honest conversation with like, do you see how this is affecting your teammates? Do you see how this is hurting people? Like that has to be a conversation that's had, because people have to have these adult conversations with each other if they're going to progress as a team. And I think you're in a bit of an awkward situation there. So I feel for you, but that would be like the simplest way of like, that's like the general way of how you'd approach that. Easier said than done though. Okay, chat. I got to go do Patreon pugs. I'm going to have to go play the game. You guys can predict how that's going to go. So I will see you guys on Tuesday. better ways of dealing with frustration. Yes. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Loves and kisses. I'm at Hossa Raid. I will see you guys then. I have no idea what we're gonna be doing next week. It's gonna be juicy though. It's always gonna be juicers. Loves, kisses, thanks for the subs. Hope everyone's doing well. Take good care of yourself this weekend. Get some exercise, get some sun. Tell your mama that you love her. I'll chat with y'all later. Cheers.